Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go for sure. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Saying break out the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to reach, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. Final destination. Detroit basketball. Woo! I had to get him warmed up, Nacho Nick. You already know what it is, man. Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss. I hope you guys are having a great Monday night. I don't know how you are not, if you caught any part of that game we just witnessed. But boss, let me start with you. How are you feeling right now?
I feel amazing. Like I this was the best game of the year for me.
Woo!
Like
Yes.
blowout that we kept steady, and we got everyone on the floor. It was a game of highlights.
Everybody.
It was a game of highlights. Like
Yes.
My Instagram story is just gonna be 100 different plays from tonight because it was just so fun, so good.
Man.
Yeah, I feel amazing.
Man, you know who doesn't feel amazing, boss?
Spike Lee.
I need somebody to go check on Spike Lee.
Yeah, it read my mind.
Go check on. Somebody go check on him. Make sure he is not alone tonight. Make sure you got a bottle of something for him. Make sure you phone a friend. Make sure you got a shrink ready for him. He did not this was him the whole night, by the way.
Yeah.
After the second quarter, he was looking the whole team was looking nervous on the Knicks sideline. You could see him looking like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
This ain't the same. This is different here. So that was incredible to see. Man, chat. We see y'all. We see y'all in the chat, but y'all going crazy already. Already hitting us with the super chats. Comments going crazy. We're going to get to as many comments as we possibly can. Boss, we already got 2 super chats. Yeah, Spike Lee is sick right now. He is sick right now. I don't know when he's going to get better anytime soon. Guys, we got a couple of super chats. Let's get to those first. What's going on, Doug? Doug pops in first. My guy, the OG, saying, what kind of basketball is it? Detroit basketball. You know, the Pistons won again. All that stuff. Shout out to G Mac Cash. Also, Doug coming back with another one says, let's get it started, Sarah. This game deserves a super chat as I've been waiting on this since last spring. You ain't the only one, bro. I think we've all, as Pistons fans, been waiting for this type of performance. I don't think anybody saw this coming, though. I thought most of us thought we'd get avenge last year with the win tonight. But I don't think nobody saw it happening like this. Doug also says, this team is learning how to make the pieces fit. I absolutely love it. Yes, coming together, Doug. Imagine us by spring. Like you mentioned, by springtime, I think this team is going to get to even another gear. But we saw some flashes of what I think we're going to see going forward, boss, for sure. This was definitely a big, big win, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just beautiful. And like you said, I was expecting a close game. I mean, I texted you. I was like, if there's a blowout, it's just gonna be just rainbows and sunshine. Like I'm just the best week ever, honestly. And I just wasn't expecting it. I knew they had it in them, but just based on how we matched up with the Knicks last year a little bit, kind of, the whistle friendliness that they get, even though they really let them both teams play tonight. But overall, we also just had really good defense that didn't constitute whistles.
Yes.
Yeah. And
great stuff, man.
Yeah. It was just great. It was awesome. We shut down their offense, and our offense just really stepped up too.
Damadavi coming back per usual. My dog says, Pistons appreciate the BTA I asked for. You did ask for that last night, bro, and they delivered. Love the energy tonight. When the second unit came in, they were just hooping. Meanwhile, New York was Brunson or Cat. Actually, you said this, boss. The Knicks were Brunson or nothing. Guess we needed a cup for them to show up. All that talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet Knicks fans are gonna be pretty quiet after this game on Pistons Twitter and all that stuff tonight. So definitely, I agree with you there, Damadavi. I appreciate your support as always, bro. So, boss, before we get into the initial thoughts, I want to hit the injury report real quick. JD was out tonight, guys. Jalen Duren, he was out with the same right ankle sprain he's been dealing with. Tobias Harris also was out with his left hip strain, and Karis LeVert was also out with his left knee tendinopathy. So the Pistons went with the starting five again of Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson, Paul Reed, and Isaiah Stewart for the second game in a row. And the Knicks were missing Josh Hart, but I don't think that would have made much of a difference, boss. So with that, we will jump into some initial thoughts. And as always, guys, if you missed your comment, repost it, caps, super chat, whatever you guys got to do to get our attention, make sure you go ahead and do that. Come in, what's going on? Best game of the season. I wholeheartedly concur with that statement right there. Boss, kick us off. Initial thoughts. What did you see tonight in this game?
We started off aggressive. We started off great, and then we just never let it go. I really love that the refs let them play through things. I didn't think it would last. I mean, I even told you, I was like, sometimes they let it start that way, and then they clean it up a bit. But again, there wasn't much to constitute, and there were a couple no calls on both sides that both with.
I was cool with it. Like, let them go. Let them go. Just call us the same way.
We play better that way. I'm curious. Like Dom said too, with Brunson or nothing, when he was out, they couldn't get anything going with our bench unit against them. Like they really need Brunson to thrive, and Brunson and Cat need the line to thrive in their offense.
Right.
We kept them off of. Free throws are pretty equal tonight. We had 15 or 16 total, and they had 14 total, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, just our defense just swarmed and took over. It was getting annoying in the second when we were obviously outplaying them, and then they would hit a few threes and like stay close.
Yeah.
And I feel like I complained about that, and then we just took off. Like,
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to mention before I get to the box score is that in the second quarter, the Knicks had 5 field goals and 7 turnovers.
Sheesh.
Yes. And in the
say that one more time.
5 field goals and 7
turnovers. Wow.
And then
incredible.
in the third quarter, we held them to 15 points, which is the fewest in a quarter this season. I want to see how far back it goes, because obviously they were in the playoffs last year. Like, I want to see how far back it goes that we held them. So 2 spectacular to end the half and to start a half that way with our defense is just, and they have offensive powerhouses. They have guys, Brunson is making crazy shots. McBride made a few crazy ones. Bridges is always reliable. Cat is usually reliable when he's not throwing a tantrum, but he really just looked like a toddler at the end of the game.
Man.
But it was just beautiful. And Cade 9 assists before the Knicks had 9 total. And someone mentioned in the comments that Brunson had 0. What kind of point guard is that? What kind of point guard is that?
Hey man, give me Cade over Brunson, bro.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna get to all that. It's funny, boss. Like, all the comments in here are talking about somebody different. Like, it's not just one guy, it's everybody. Everybody's and Rayful, everybody came to play. Exactly. Go ahead.
We said too, the first thing I asked you when you hopped on was who gets the belt, because you had someone come to mind right away.
Yeah.
And like when you think about it, you can see why others would be.
So let's get to that real quick, and we'll get to the initial thought. I had it's so tough. Like, you can go in either direction. If you guys disagree, I'm totally fine with that. I actually had Wu getting the belt tonight. Just because of how many timely plays and timely shots he made. I mean, you can go any different direction. You can go Jenkins, you can go J.I. Who do you think gets the belt tonight, in your opinion?
I mean, I think it is going to be Javonte.
Or Cade, anybody even. Go ahead.
Yeah, but even Ivy, like, was shooting 60%, and he had his most minutes and most points this season.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously Cade was shooting 64%, and he had a double-double. Paul Reed, I really stepped up, even though it's not reflecting the box score. Stu with his blocks. Ron Holland had 3 blocks. Like, again, anyone.
Ron could have got it. Yeah, man. Stu could have got it. You could have gave it to anybody, and you really wouldn't have much pushback. Yeah. That's the crazy part. I'm seeing a lot of. I see Stu. I see a lot of Woo, J.I. or Woo, Green, Woo. It's just, Cade, Ron, everybody. Like, get a belt to the whole team, or get a belt to coach for having a great game plan. How about that?
Someone said JB earlier. There's so many comments now I can't scroll up, but I know that someone say, "Oh,
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that." Cade 29 and 29 is ridiculous. Yesterday it was Dennis 25 and 25. Tonight it was Cade 29 and 29. Crazy, man. He had a quiet 29 too, which is a great sign.
Well, that's what they were saying too, is like it was kind of quiet, but it's also like, and he was recording blocks, 2 blocks on his
steal. Another chase down.
So it's like you get a quiet 29 because you're working your butt up on the other end too.
And we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So let me hear some of your initial thoughts, boss, before we get too deep into it, and then we can kind of go from there. Take off.
I already gave mine. I gave him with all the.
That was all yours. That was it. Okay. I want to make sure I let you go.
They'll all be. My initial thoughts are, I'm just excited to hit everybody deserves their time tonight. So I'll probably with that, but
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where to start, man. This was definitely a statement win.
Yeah.
Definitely a statement win. This game was circled on their calendar. It's just 1 of 82. We get it. But still, considering the circumstances and considering how important having a mental edge is against certain teams, this was definitely a statement game. And the statement, boss, is that this is not the same Pistons team the Knicks saw in last year's playoffs.
Yeah.
This is not the same team. This is a great team win. Tonight was Detroit basketball.
Oh, beautiful.
At its finest.
Yes.
At its finest, man. Like, man, it's just so many different directions you can go with this game. Everybody was a part. Everybody was contributing. What I wanted to see coming into this game, boss, win or lose, was just the Pistons playing to their style. And we mentioned this before the show. Are they playing to their style? If they lose a close game, fine.
Right. Yep.
But are they playing the way they want to play? Setting the tone defensively with their physical play, getting out and creating turnovers, and getting out in transition and getting easy buckets. And they did that. They did that, especially in the second half. They just blew it open and just took the Knicks hard. Much like they did a few games ago. I forgot who it was, but we said like they just kind of took their ball and went home. Like this felt kind of like that, where the Knicks were like, all right, how much time is left on the clock? Yeah, like, they were ready to go. Yeah. They were ready to go. They started off well and they finished well. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, but they this blowout felt special because I forgot which team it was with the Hornets that we blew out, but then let them back in a little bit. We only finished by 9. It's just well, it technically is, but it doesn't show. We beat them by 31 points. And they even put in their bench at the end, and the bench tried to and got a little bit of momentum, and then Javonte Green shut that down quickly, and so did Sass and Jenkins. So it was just,
beginning to end. Like first quarter, they were great offensively. They shot 61%. They shot 80% from 3 in the first quarter. And then second quarter, the Knicks, they really saw our depth on full display. Everybody off the bench was impactful in their own way with their energy, their tough play. Like I said, it's just one game, but right now, small sample size, the Pistons look like the better basketball team than the Knicks. And I don't even think it's a question because of how deep we are. Like when both teams went to the benches, it often happens, the Pistons, they built on that lead. It was 29-30 after one quarter. And they built that lead because of their defense. Those guys came in, they turned up defensively, turned defense into offense like they've done all year. And you mentioned the 7 turnovers in that second quarter. So that said a lot. And then third quarter, this was so important. I was looking to see how they're going to come out of halftime. They had a 10-point lead going into the third quarter. And I was like, okay, are they going to come out flat? Are they going to be the ones to call the first timeout? Are they going to let the Knicks go on a run and make this a game, make it tight? It did not happen. Nope. They did not allow the Knicks back into this game at all. They kept their foot on the gas, which led to a 17-5 run to start the third quarter, boss.
Yeah. That was
huge.
And also, these Knicks, first of all, they're coming off of a 3-game losing streak.
Facts.
So if I was a Knicks fan, I would be kind of disgusted of how they played and how they didn't come out of the half. Because I thought, like you, I was like, they're going to come out super strong.
Yep.
And I think we shut that down early. But it's just, again, just this is the way they played is not the way that we would ever play. Like we, they just kind of gave up and put it in one man's hand and it didn't work. But I agree with you completely. Like just getting it, we just stayed 100% the whole way. Everyone did. I mean, Duncan flew in for an offensive rebound.
That was nice to see.
You know, guys that aren't really usually where they are, or doing what they're not expected to do, just to keep the momentum going, and they all just fed off of each other.
And we've talked about, not to go back to it again, but we talked about that as far as just playing complete games. And I was just so happy to see there was no third quarter letdown, right? Yeah. That 10-point halftime lead they had ballooned to 24 midway through the third quarter. And even though there was a stretch there in the third quarter, if you guys watched it, where the Pistons struggled to score. They struggled to score. They were just missing shots. It weren't bad shots, just couldn't get them to fall. But they kept their lead because they also did not let the Knicks score either. It was just miss after miss on both ends. I'm like, all right, let's get a score, guys. Yeah. And they did eventually, but they didn't allow the Knicks to go on a run while they were having trouble scoring and knocking down shots. That, to me, was the most critical part of the game. That third quarter, when they could have got back into the game, but the Pistons, they kept their defensive intensity up. And that's what allowed them to keep playing. Like J.I. actually said at halftime, they asked him, I forgot who it was. She asked him, so what's the game plan for the second half? He said, just do exactly what we've been doing the first half.
Yeah.
Just playing fast, playing tough defense, and getting out and running. And that's exactly what they did. One of the most complete games we've seen all year from beginning to end. They held the second best offense in the league to 90 points, boss.
Yeah. Well, that's
90 points. With 11 block shots, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of Jenkins and his ball handling in the third, that too. And what got us out of that stuff was 6 points in a row by Jaden Ivey. He had a jump shot. He hit his free throws, and then he sped to the rim for a layup. Yep. And then he missed the buzzer beater, but because that
almost fell too, low key. Yeah.
If they didn't bother him, I think he would have gotten it.
Yeah.
That was just huge commends to him as someone who we were just talking about. Just needs to go in there and know that what he's doing is contributing to the team and not worry about if it will affect it, and he just play his game. Yeah.
Second straight game too, we've dominated them on the offensive glass.
Yeah.
Second straight game. Last game against the Cavs, that was what Coach was saying. He was saying that we got dominated by we had 10 more possessions than the Cavs did last game. And that was without JD. Tonight, we dominated again on the offensive glass without JD, which is very impressive, man. And they finished defensive possessions. They didn't allow them to get on the offensive glass. So many times, because the Pistons got out and ran so much, it's because they kept holding them to one shot. Whether it was Asar crashing in to grab the rebound, whether it was Paul Reed on the glass, Stu being a pogo stick and getting a block shot and going and getting a replay. Like, these guys were holding them to one shot for most of the night. That was Pistons basketball. And boss, last thing, every time Jalen Brunson got a step into the lane, the Pistons had somebody right there to contest his shot and make everything at the rim hard for him. Like, nothing came easy for Jalen Brunson tonight. And once again, lastly, they made him work defensively by attacking him. They tried to hide Asar, or they tried to hide him on Asar as the weak link of the offense. But Asar said, okay, I'm going to make you work. And he took advantage of his size and his length, and oftentimes got into the paint and was able to score. So that's how you can defend Jalen Brunson too, is making him work on a defensive end, so you can't take away some of that energy for the offensive end.
Yeah, and look, I told you earlier, you're a Twitter guy, I'm a Reddit girl. Yeah. And on Reddit, they were just the Knicks subreddits were just going off about how it's going to be an easy win tonight because the Pistons lead the league in fouls. Brunson's going to run over them. We had 15 personal fouls. Paul Reed had 5 and everyone else had less than 2. And then they had 17 personal fouls. So I want to say that we also, whatever that game plan was, when you rely on that stuff, we talked about it. Like when you rely on it, it's not good basketball, and you can see how much it throws you off. But again, I don't think they were letting them play through it a little bit, but also our defense was just phenomenal.
Incredible.
There was no calling fouls because there was no fouls.
Very clean. Very clean. They played physical, but they toed the line. I thought, and it helped that the officials let us play. They let us play for most of the night. Got a couple more super chats, boss, and then we'll get to some box scores. DMG says, in the tweet I mentioned, Deuce, I said we would lose against the Knicks. Kawhi's 55 had me prisoner of the moment. This is the happiest I've ever been taking my own L. Great job by our guys tonight. Props to you all. Appreciate you, DMG, as always, man. Yeah, man, low-key, Cade was looking like Kawhi in stretches. The way he was just getting to a spot and knocking it down over and over and over again.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cade was, and we're going to get to him in a second, but Cade was very, very good tonight in this game across the board. But DMG, I appreciate it. It's always good to be happy after an L, right? I get it. But we definitely put BTA tonight for sure. So I appreciate you, DMG. And also Keith Lee Petway says, we talked about Nas Reed. We have beefs too. Hey, you know what? That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Honestly, like you guys know I wanted Nas Reed last year. That was the guy on my list. But now that we have a Paul Reed to go along with a JD in the stew, we're good.
Yep.
We're good. In the second straight game, Paul Reed has showed that he is a starting level center. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be our third big. So there's no reason for him to not get consistent time going forward because we see what he did tonight without a guy like Jalen Duren even available. Yeah. Incredible stuff. So we'll get to all those guys. Boss, anything else before we get to some box scores?
No, just that I know that, I've also been a prisoner of the moment. I mean, I was a prisoner of the moment today in the third. I was like, I know we're outplaying them. I know we're doing this, but I still can't, just let my hopes get up. I have to see us finish it through. And once we started, I was like, yeah, this game's over.
Gumby said, the Pistons put BTA. That's hilarious. I'm mad that I knew what that was immediately as soon as I saw it. That's funny. Man. That's hilarious. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get to some box score. Mario, what's going on, bro? Mm-hmm. Let's get to some box scores, boss, and then we will kick it off from there. So, guys, tonight, let's start with Cade Cunningham. Guys, 29 points on 11 for 17 shooting, 3 of 4 from 3, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 13 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 blocks in 29 minutes. Excellent. Excellent, boss. Take off on C2.
Just insane. And some of those misses, 3 of 4 from 3 was huge, but some of those misses were just at the rim when he was being bothered. He can't help it, But his mid-range was on point tonight. Mm-hmm. The 13 assists again, and the steals and the blocks, he just again, every time I'm just always like, but what is there to say? He just does Cade things. I loved in the first, he put that McCullough, I think that's his name, on skates. Like that guy they showed the bench too. I think.
Oh yeah.
Bench, skating around. He had that really nice find to B-ball Paul for the slam. Mm-hmm. Just a big block as well. But yeah, 29 points and 13 assists compared to 25 points and 0 assists for Brunson, who is
0 is crazy.
Often put above Cade in MVP talks. And we just went through this with Jeff Teague talking about why Cade deserves it for his two-way play. Well, what about, and I'd say this with SGA as well as a point guard, he doesn't double-double either.
Nah, you're right. Yeah, you said that.
With defense. That's why I put him above. Also, obviously I'm a Pistons fan, but I try to be objective. But just what he's doing out here is phenomenal, and it's fun, clean basketball. I mean, the crowd had it right with chanting MVP,
Yep.
Yeah, I just could not. And I'm glad he's okay after Karl Anthony Towns ran him over. 3 offensive fouls that man had tonight.
Yeah, he was frustrated.
35 on the season.
Really?
That has. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to. It's just fun.
No, that's good stuff, man. Cade looked like an MVP tonight. Like we've heard it in years past when he first got here, he was a rookie, second year player. We were excited to have one of those guys, like one of those guys we knew could be that level. But now it's validated. Yeah. Like when you hear at the line, it's not like it's legit now. Like he's an MVP level player for real. So it's nice to be able to hear those chants now, and they have a lot of valid just validity to it now at this point. That's cool. Mm-hmm. But he was ready.
Yeah, he
was ready. Like you mentioned how he and Jalen Brunson are in the MVP talk and conversation. He knew the importance of this game. He knew how important it is on the national stage. Best team in the league in the East against second best team in the East. Mm-hmm. He came out tonight looking to make a statement, man. He knew what was up. He knew what was up. He was aware of the elephant in the room. And just the way he played this game, I thought he did a great job of just mixing it up offensively. Like as far as scoring and as far as getting his other guys involved. 3 assists in the first, I think, 2 minutes of this game. But he was still getting to his spots and getting his own offense as well. He's really gotten better with that, boss, as far as just balancing out the offense and just reading the game. In previous years, I felt like he had either been too passive, is waiting too long to get his offense going, or doing too much too early, as far as his own offense. But tonight he was very balanced in how he attacked this game. And I really am impressed with his growth offensively as far as instinctually and just knowing what to do and when to do it. Incredible.
That's a really good point. But also he has, the whole talk has been around the Pistons needing another shooter to balance it out. And he could trust everyone with the ball tonight. It's how he had 13 assists. To get an assist, your guy has to make the basket. So, so like
very true.
He knew who to go to. He knew, I'm really curious actually who he had connections to. I know he had a few to Paul Reed, but I think a lot were on the perimeter as well. Like like you said, he stayed under 30 minutes, which is what we talked about. We said 32 was like the sweet spot, 35.
Yeah.
So to be under 30 minutes and blow them out like this is just great. And and I agree with you completely in terms of, it was just a really balanced game from him because we've also seen him not play hero ball, but know that he can get the job done. So he tries.
Aggressive.
A few possessions in a row where he might not make it. And it's like, okay, no, now what? But no, he knew exactly what to do tonight. And I would say that about everyone. Everyone, like Asar, everyone looked confident tonight in their decisions.
You mentioned in 29 minutes, a big part of that is because he got to chill in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We always talk about that, how good teams, they're able to rest their superstars in the fourth quarter. And you see, I said it all the time, but you see the main guys on the bench is just laughing and chilling. Meanwhile, on the court, you got guys who are third stringers knocking down shots. It's so many times in years past I've seen it. And I'm like, who is this guy who just came to the game knocking down all these shots? That was us tonight.
Yep.
Marcus Satcher coming in, knocking down three, like while expanding the lead while our stars are just chilling.
Yeah. And
that's a sign of a great, deep team. And we have that, boss, for sure.
And he got a good rest at the beginning of the second.
Yeah, he did.
My mom was texting me because she's been really into the games and she got to jump on a halftime and she didn't see Jenkins in there. She said, is Danis playing? Like, yeah, he'll come in. He'll come in for the bench. He was in.
You made a fan out of her.
He'll come in the third, and he came in, and Cade rested, and then never came back in. I was like, he'll come in for Cade when he's ready. So.
Yeah, and it's like most of the time when you see that happen, when teams are be able to relax their guys like this, the main guys, is against inferior teams where it's like maybe 500 teams, whatever, just taking care of business. But against the Knicks, to do that.
Who beat us in the playoffs last year by 6 points, mind you. That'll always be my talking point. I don't know how far we would have gotten anyway with some of these young guys. We need that experience, but regardless, just and then me and you were talking about it because the Celtics are looking better. I think the Celtics overtook the Knicks tonight with the Knicks loss.
Okay,
behind us, still 4 games. But if you play like that, there's no one we can't beat, including OKC.
Yep.
Because
nobody
what we're doing is taking away offense and also, taking advantage of our offensive possessions and our scoring. I mean, 50% on three is crazy and it's not like us, but to then just take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So nice. And because if that had started, wavering, we would have just gone to our paint game. We would have gone to
Facts. Yeah, it was great, man. But K he really played a really good floor game. And once again, he was a big part of why we started that third quarter, second half off so well. He scored or assisted on the Pistons' first 14 points, boss.
Man.
So that was on his mind. We're not letting them back into this game. And he made sure he put his imprint on this game in that second half, just to really put his foot on their neck, the team's foot on their neck, and not let up. And that was great to see. And you mentioned the two-way ability with that block shot on. I don't know, how many has he had like that this year? It's got to be close to 10 now, as far as chase down blocks.
Which is what people praise LeBron James for. Let's time to praise Cade Cunningham for his chase down blocks because that's where they usually are.
That's where they come from. You ain't lying. Yeah, it's like he's sneaky athletic. People, I think they kind of underestimate him and his ability to be able to get up like that. Like they did it with Stu, and I think now they're doing it with Cade as well. So I think next year around this time they may start pulling the ball out a little bit more when they see Cade on the break as well because he's shown the ability to be able to chase those guys down for sure.
Yep.
Kenyatta says, now I think the league is on notice after this ish. I agree. On the national stage, it's always important to be able to make a statement like that. And for those who didn't already know, they know now Isaiah Stewart is like that.
Yeah.
It's not, he's already gotten a lot of media attention, deservedly so this year. The narrative has slowly changed on him as far as with him winning Defensive Player of the Month and things like that. But to see it live against the team that beat us last year when he wasn't available is a big deal. Big deal. So one more super chat and then we'll keep it moving. Fast Kim says, Danis and Sasser are second unit dog. Yes, they are.
Yeah,
definitely, man. And they come in and they do it different ways too. That's the cool part is that they're not they're not uniformly the same. They can do it in different ways, and that makes it hard to game plan, like you mentioned last show, boss.
Yeah. I mean, they really can't with them too, because that's what I mentioned is that you just can't just teams have to be prepared for whoever's off of
exactly.
Because you don't know who's going to come in. Like even Tolu Smith,
Tolu
big rebounds today.
My dog.
It was just I just keep reminding myself because I'm excited regardless, but that this was on a national stage. Even if you were like coming in to watch the Sixers Nuggets or another game that didn't start till an hour and a half later, like this is what you turned on, this is what you saw. What you saw was defense for 48 minutes.
Exactly. 48-minute game.
Basketball. That's just
100%.
fun basketball.
Yeah. That's how we play. So if this is indicative of how the rest of the season is gonna go, like I mentioned, top of the year, I think this year may be even more fun than what last year was. So we'll leave it there. But we'll move on from K guys who played a great game, and we will move on to Duncan Robinson, boss. Tonight, Duncan Robinson had 9 points on 3 for 8 shooting overall, 2 of 6 from 3, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 1 turnover, 1 steal in 21 minutes. What did you like about Duncan Robinson tonight, boss?
I liked it a lot, but I just had to quickly double check a stat saying that the Hornets are blowing out OKC, and they are.
Seriously?
Hornets are up by 24. With
on the Thunder
left. Yes.
Sheesh.
Did someone get hurt? Did someone take Shea out?
Y'all let us know, man. What happened? They've been kind of slumping lately, low key. The Thunder have.
That were 1 win. Are they 30 or 31 wins?
They got 30 as of right now, I believe.
So we might take over.
And we got 29 or 27. My bad. We're 27-9. So yeah, we creeping up, man. We're creeping up.
Okay. Yeah.
27-9.
Anyways, so yes.
But yeah, Duncan,
yes. So I had told you, I thought that, if Duncan's been kind of in a 3-point slump lately, not necessarily a playing slump, but just a 3-point slump. And I was hoping tonight would be when he got out of it. 3 for 8, 3 has been 2 of 6 from 3. So, but he hit them again, timely, which is what I appreciate from him. He had a 3-point and 1 to start, which really just built momentum. And the foul was on Brunson, who I was like,
right.
Brunson is like their Duncan. He's a weak defender, So I was like, our game plan should be to attack him and make him get in foul trouble or make him switch and let us go back. Just the fly-in for the offensive rebound, I really appreciated from him. His other big 3, his second 3 was when they got the lead down to, they cut it to 5 in the second. He got that 3 to go to 8.
Right, that was big.
He got a steal. It was just getting in passing lanes and towards the end of the game. And we didn't see a lot of him because our bench guys really stepped up. Like Ivy, Jenkins, Green, Holland, they all got a couple more minutes than him. But he did a lot for us while he was out there. And again, we just appreciate the effort. So just another solid game for Duncan and just contributed to the win for sure.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought, boss. Like I thought he was solid. Very solid. It was a great sign to see him get off to a great shooting start. That was the first play offensively for the Pistons, with that 4-point play out of the gate. So that told me, okay, he may be able to do some things tonight, even if he's not shooting a ton of threes, just demanding that respect and attention early in the game for other guys. I thought he did a good job of that. And like you mentioned, just his energy, like attacking the offensive glass for that putback may seem like it's not a lot, but for a guy like Duncan, you love to see plays like that. Duncan, no D. He wasn't bad tonight. He wasn't it wasn't like you didn't see guys hunting him out. You didn't see Mikal Bridges hunting him out or Anunoby hunting him out a lot.
Brunson, and he was switching on top when Asar was in. He got open a couple times with that switch. We'll take that again for what he was doing. And again, it's not like JB played him for 30 minutes because that's something we've complained about. And he went on he missed 2 threes in a row on one possession, then 2. So it was like a bulk miss, but then he stopped shooting until that was the key. It was the bulk thing. So his numbers would have looked a little bit better if he didn't, hit those. But again,
if he knocked those down, it could have been even
more. It would have been
blowout because he missed 2 or 3 they were wide. He missed 2 straight on the one possession where it came right back to him and he just couldn't get the fall. But I think he knocks those down. It's ugly. Go ahead.
Yeah, when we were that, when you mentioned that time period where they weren't scoring and we weren't scoring, it's kind of in that area. So there was no damage done, but But yeah,
he was solid. He was solid. I wasn't mad what I saw from Doug in the night. We got some more super chats. We got to get Doug back in here. Doug says, Deuce, I have a 30-year-old daughter named Sarah, and she is pretty and smart like our Sarah. Oh, Doug, so sweet. It's like you two are watching with me. Trajan says he wants to see the core develop. So, hey, how you like me now? Hey, it's paying off. It's paying off, isn't it? So many guys who are getting opportunities who weren't part of what we were doing last year were big for this team this year, right? Whether it was vets or whether it was just young guys just getting opportunity. And this is why Trajan Langdon said he wanted to see these guys play together. Yeah. This is why he was in no rush to make a trade, because you need to know what you have in order to know what you need.
Yep.
And as we keep playing, we'll get a more clear picture of that. But when you're winning like this against the second best team in the East, it makes you wonder if there's much you need to change, at least this year. So it's just nice to see that, Doug. I agree with you for sure. Yeah. And it's always nice to get a compliment from Doug. Doug is the OG here, so he's always showing boss love. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
and then one more super chat from Masha. I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Masa Yasaraya. If I butchered that, my bad, bro. Let me know how to give me like the definition, the Webster's dictionary with the dots and everything. Let me know how to pronounce it. But he says Karis LeVert and 2 firsts for Trey Murphy III and move Tobias to the bench. Hey, you never know, man. Like I said before, we're not gonna get too deep into that tonight, but y'all know Trey Murphy is the guy on my list. As far if we're gonna make a move, I mean, it's hard to really say we should right now based on how we're playing and how we're playing against the top teams in these. But yeah, that I wouldn't be mad at that at all, bro. So as you get close to the trade deadline, we will definitely talk about that more and see how that plays out. But I'm not mad at your take there for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, boss, let's go ahead and move on now to Asar Thompson.
Okay.
Asar Thompson tonight, guys, had 10 points on 4 for 8 shooting overall, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 2 steals, stuff in the stat sheet in 20 minutes. That's a lot of work in 20 minutes, boss. What do you see from AT tonight?
Oh, man. I mean, I also have to say that he only had 1 foul.
Wow.
Something that, I think just shows, and I told you, it just showed a lot of maturity if he came out and wasn't reaching. Like we saw a couple games ago, like we knew that, Brunson targeted him in the playoffs to do. So I'm sure that was just, that probably just feels really good for him. I love that he got a couple turnovers on Brunson or offensive fouls, and he would just point like Brunson would do to him in the playoffs. He remembered. I love that. What I saw from him was just confidence and decision-making. And you mentioned it, but intention. And like some of that, again, like he attacked Bridges in the paint because that was a smaller guy and he should go over him, and he got all the way to the basket. And that's exactly what I want him to do when he has the ball in the paint. He forced the jump ball. Everyone was diving for it. He was on the floor a lot. Like he had 3 turnovers, but he was then, going after loose balls a lot as well.
Right.
A nice poke away from Brunson that led to a score. And then this was soaring dunk that probably just felt good. It always feels nice to see Asar, dunk because he just really floats, he really floats.
Man.
It's exciting to see. So I just really appreciated his aggressiveness and his intention and hitting his free throws. And 50%, didn't 2 steals and assist, 7 rebounds. Yeah, he was hitting the boards. And like you said, a lot to do. He played the least amount of all the starters, and that's just a lot to do. And again, I think because the other guys were thriving in their lineups, I don't think it was anything personal to Asar because he was.
I don't either.
I think he would have, if we needed him in the second, I think he just would have done even better.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to be nice like that. You got a really good team where sometimes your starters may not get starter minutes because you got a guy who off the bench who you're riding a hot hand. So Clara says Asar took the challenge of guarding Jalen Brunson personal. I definitely agree with that for sure. You saw it tonight. Just even with just his disposition, he was really into it, like trying to tell guys, get out there or, pull in, whatever. Like you seeing that more with Asar, which is great. My boy Will says, BTA, man, this win felt so good. Will is my dog. I've known him for a long time. It's my guy. He's a huge Pistons fan. We're going to have you on the show soon, bro, for sure. Can you pull that back up? The last comment we had there, boss, that I missed.
This one? I was just going on people.
It was another one. Yeah, confidence for sure. Oh, right, here we go. LCA, what's going on? Why my dog? Since LCA was electric tonight, me and my girl was in the building. We sat behind the bench. Oh, you had good seats. Ooh, you got that. Ooh, can I get $1, bro? Can I get $1? You know what I'm saying? By the way, y'all make sure y'all go check him out. Coach of Detroit. He has his own clothing line. Y'all go check him out. Coach of Detroit. He's got some of the best Pistons and just Detroit sports attire that you can find. So y'all go check him out for sure. That's my dog. Says Kate was locked in. If the Knicks chance was going crazy, it was up tonight. Yeah, bro. Hey, last time we was at the game, bro, it was pretty lit too. So in comparison to that game, bro, was it at a higher level? Because we know how it can get. You can hear it through the screen. Like I was at home for this one. I thought about going, but I stay home. But you can even hear it through just the broadcast how electric and it was a frenzy in there. You could just tell it was a different level of energy. So let me know. But I definitely agree with you, bro, for sure. Boss, we got a couple more super chats we got to get to, and then we will keep it going on to. I'll give you my thoughts on the Sar.
Yeah, of course.
But let's get to Great Tate Debates. Says the student has become the master. JB Bickerstaff, a 13-year-old, spent time with Mike Brown. I heard this. Spent time with Mike Brown, who was a 21-year-old assistant coach under JB's father. That's crazy.
With the Nuggets.
That is crazy, man. Yeah, like Bernie Bickerstaff was a great coach. Great coach. And you could definitely tell that JB learned a lot from him, but also Mike Brown. You hear a lot of good things about Mike Brown off the court as far as him being a good guy and a mentor and being very giving of himself. So that's always good to hear. But Great Tate Debate, I did hear that too. That's pretty cool. 100%. Yeah. Damadavi says, K is Chauncey, Duran is McDice, Stu is Ben, Asar and Ron is Tayshawn. I like that. Call him Tayron maybe. Yeah. Danis and Sass is Lindsay and Mike James. Hopefully fully healthy. Ivy is Rip. We just need our sheet. And for sure, and you didn't, that's crazy. We didn't even mention Javante Green in there. That's the crazy part. Yeah. That's what somebody asked you for. And B-Ball Paul, somebody asked you for if this is the deepest team we've ever had. And I said, maybe not the best team, because you got to win chips to get to that level, approach that level as far as the 04 and 89, 90. But as far as depth, because you guys see, like you see how accurate Dom is here. But even with that, and think about it, he has 2 guys for 1 here. And we're still not even including some guys, which is crazy. So we have a very deep team. And once again, that's kind of why I'm kind of hesitant to talk about trades right now, because we're winning. We're getting it done regardless. So, but I definitely agree, bro. Great comparison. Go ahead, boss.
We said for the trades, it just has to be for the right price. Like, I know, but they've reiterated time and time again, they're not going to sell. They're not just going to get rid of the team. Like, so I think it would just be another, like we brought on Schroeder last year for money. Right?
Yeah.
So like I think Trajan just knows what we need and what we don't need and everything. But I like all of these comparisons. And
I do too.
The depth thing as well, real quick, just because, thinking back on the 14, like I can name a couple guys that came off the bench, but like maybe 3 or 4, and like here, it's 8.
You could throw, exactly. You could throw Tremaine Folks in there if you want to off the bench for the 04 guys like that. But yeah, for sure. Maybe Corliss is Javante in a similar way, different way, right? But not perfect, but we get it. Definitely great comparisons, Dom. Yeah. Let's go to Doug. Doug comes back and says, "Guys, know how many assists Brunson?" That's what Boss was saying. Bro. 0 assists.
Gross.
0 assists.
What kind
not
of
gonna win that way.
That?
Not gonna win that way for sure. That's why Cade is the best point guard in the East for sure. No question. At least in my opinion. Alan Graham says, "I think we can finally put the Beasley talk to rest." So in the ideal world for me, we find a way to get him here. I just think about the impact he had on his team last year, just how much, and not even just on the court, guys, but just from a vibe standpoint. Every player on this team loved Malik Beasley.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like when we had Tolu on the show about in the summer. He was talking about everybody on this team loves Malik Beasley. Everybody. Yeah. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. Yeah. I think we're playing great. It's got to be hard for him. I would imagine just watching this team. It's got to be bittersweet, boss. Watching these guys do well, but it's also seeing ways that he could also help. But best to him, man. Like he wants to be here. If there's any way that it could happen, I'm not opposed to it at all. But we'll gotta wait and see.
I'm honestly like I don't really like I kind of understand that perspective, but tonight 50% threes, and we're not a 3-point shooting team. And Duncan again, like even though he had some big ones, he only made 2 of 6. So like that still doesn't, I don't think, put the Beasley stuff, to talk to rest. But it is exciting when we all work together as a team and you realize like, oh, maybe if we just thrive off of this and grow off of this, we don't need to keep adding these pieces. Because it seems to be what people jump to. Again, getting caught in the moment. That's also catching ourselves in the moment of positives of like, oh, like, look, we can shoot, so we don't need anything. Well, I can't say that. And we also can't say we need someone. Yeah,
it's hard to, yeah, exactly. So we'll just let it play out and just kind of see how it goes. But either way, I love how we're playing with the guys that we have right now.
Yeah.
I really do. So as far as my thoughts on Asar, boss, and you hit on it already, but this was the Asar we needed to see.
Yes.
We need to see this Asar the rest of the year. Aggressive Asar, decisive Asar, right? He was not hesitating at all when he caught the basketball. He was catching and making quick decisions, whether it was making a dive to the hoop or just keeping the ball hopping. We've seen in previous games, even as recent as last game, where he catch the ball in the paint or near the paint at the free throw line, and he have Mobley in there. He just kind of like Should I shoot? Should I pass? And then he will make a decision. And that split second can give the defense more time than it needs to make the adjustment, right? So tonight he wasn't doing that, right? He kept the Knicks on their heels defensively whenever he caught the basketball.
Yep.
He did a great job of not allowing them to set up. On one play, he caught the ball and streaked to the rim and in midair, switched hands and dunked all over the Knicks. Like I want to, we say it all the time, angry Asar. I want to see angry Asar all the time because this version of him is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Hard to deal with.
We mentioned the dunk that he had last game and how he came down screaming. And we talked about like how we want that momentum to carry over.
Right.
And it did. And I think the thing with Asar is that it's been up and down. He's had like streaks of games with confidence, streaks of games without. So I'm just hoping like he really helped put away the Knicks tonight with his offense and his defense, with both, and his decision making and even the short minutes that he played. So I just hope that, you know, he just really drills it in here, the confidence, because we all see it. And that's why we're just like, it's just his confidence because we know what he can do.
Yeah.
I hope that this just helps flip a switch mentally for him to be like, you know, just approach every game like this because you're going to make some mistakes. Like you have 3 turnovers, like you're going to make some. But, you know, as long as you just pick yourself back up and keep it clean the rest of the way, you're good. And he did that exactly tonight.
Did a great job of it.
Outplayed it. Like they played that clip of him getting his ankles broke by Brunson at the beginning, you know, like, oh, this
and that's on his mind too. Yeah.
Right. It's on everyone's mind. It's mine at least whenever I see it in like top plays on Instagram, I'm just like, whoop, I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah.
So it just had to feel really good. And just again, a lot of that was, I mean, he had one, I think Brunson had more fouls than he did.
Wow. That's crazy.
I just like that. Yeah.
MB Well says no one can sustain that level of intensity. AT might need a, but that's the thing, MB Well. He played 21 minutes. So he can sustain that level of intensity. That's the whole team can sustain the level of intensity while they're on the court because we are so deep.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Most teams can't go as hard as we can because they don't have the depth to be able to have guys to come in behind them and keep that pace. Yeah. That's why you see some of the teams who play hard, they gassed out in the second half because they don't have the depth. They got to log 40 minutes because there's no one behind them to keep the pace. They don't have a Danish Dingus on their bench. It's Javante Green on their bench. Ron Howard on their, they don't have those guys. So Asar, I want him to keep doing what he's doing because if he gets any semblance of being, if he's tired at all, hey Ron, hey Javante, hey Jaden, go ahead, do your thing, and he can just chill like he did tonight. So in my mind, you gotta keep him playing the way he's playing for sure.
It's a part of our game plan at this point is to wear teams down.
Yeah.
And again, that's why we can struggle against young teams like the Wizards and Hornets when we can struggle a little bit because they have energy and stuff like that. So and especially when we were able to get out in transition, which we were eventually, they kind of kept us at a half court, but we were able to keep it steady again. Yep. And also, I was just looking at the plus minuses for fun. I think the Knicks only led once, and it was when they led 1-0. At the start of the game.
Oh, that early foul. Right. 14 seconds into the game. You could be right.
I don't think that they're all minus and we're all plus, which is
I saw that.
So I think that they only I could be wrong, but then because then we went and scored a bunch and then they came back. I don't think we let them get all the way back.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. That's extremely impressive because you're right. Because I was like, here we go with the fouls early in the game. I was like, they're gonna be in the penalty because it was a foul. I think Stu jumped on I think he bit on a pump fake on Anunoby, and that was the first foul.
He tried to hold on to the basket to like stop from hitting him, and it didn't. Yeah, he would have gotten a basket interference call anyways.
Yeah,
but yeah,
great response from that.
Yeah,
that's a great point. I didn't even realize that. I think that was the only time they let this whole game.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah. Kevin coming through says, we're finally enjoying the fruits of tanking. Bro, it is such a beautiful feeling. It is a beautiful thing. A lot of teams, they tank. It don't pay off like this. It does not pay off like this at all. So let's get to some quick comments and we'll keep going. Chuck says, Stu was the only player that touched 30 minutes tonight. I did not realize that. But, I mean, you see why. The impact that he had in this game. He was incredible in this game. We'll get to Stu as well. Yeah, man. Okay, let's keep it going, guys. One more. I believe Christian Wood could be our Rasheed Wallace. Wood was playing his best basketball after Andre Drummond left. He was really good. I just don't understand. So he's a very talented player. I'm not sure if he's even playing now, but he's just always had off the court issues.
Yeah, it's going on
even
right
recently.
Now.
I was just about to say
now
where somebody is
by his ex-girlfriend put a hit on him or
something. Trying to unalive him or something crazy. Yeah,
so he got custody. Yeah, no.
So that's that to me is the only talent-wise, I'm with you, Ro King.
Yeah.
Like he could be that type of guy. That's the kind of guy that I think we need, and that's why I like certain guys right? But I just think you got to look at chemistry.
Yeah.
You got to look at chemistry and vibes. And I think right now you just don't mess with that.
Even after the Beasley stuff, that's just something that Trajan said, that he just wants high character guys on his team. And again,
Facts.
whatever his drama is with the baby, it doesn't necessarily impact, Wood's character. I'm not going to say that, but it is drama. It is stuff we don't want. There's certain players in this league right now that I'm like, I don't want that because of what they bring off court too. So.
MPJ, for example. Let's go to Doug McMiniman. Doug says Pistons drop the depth charges. Ships are sinking. The depth charges. That's interesting. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like not a lot of teams can really match up with us depth wise. There's like maybe one or two teams you mentioned, boss, the OKC or maybe San Antonio.
Yeah.
After that, it gets kind of scary pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right. So
the Hornets did close out on OKC. They won by 27.
Sheesh.
And it says Shea scored, so it says people played. So
yeah, man, it's getting spooky. Yeah. It's spooky, man. But once again, we see what we've been able to do. We had in the midst of our 13-game winning streak, we were dealing with a ton of injuries. That should tell you everything you need to know about how deep we are as a team. 100%. Yep. So we'll leave it there, guys. Let's go ahead now and move on to boss B-Ball Paul. Paul Reed tonight, guys. 8 points on 4 for 7 shooting overall. All of 1 from 3, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and a block, boss, in 26 minutes. Take off.
Oh, well, I predicted that he would out-rebound Mitchell Robinson, but Mitchell Robinson did end with 10. But Cat ended with 1. So I should have just
We're going to get to him, too.
Yeah. And with that. So him with 8 and 8 points, 8 rebounds, and Stu with 7 points, 9 rebounds. Like, they basically just matched each other out there. He had just offensive boards, just crazy. Let's see, 5 offensive. He drew that offensive foul on Cat. He had the 2 offensive rebounds he had early in the game led to his own baskets. He had a nice roll to Cade, on Cade, and then he got another where he was able to get open after an offensive board.
Yep.
He had that perimeter block on Cat, which was nice. And then they didn't put it as a block, but Cat at the rim missed like the whole thing, and I think that Reed got a finger on it.
Okay.
So I would count that as a block, but I just love his energy so much. And 4 from 7 too for shooting. We got a 3-pointer up. I was so hoping he would sink that too. He keeps getting he's trying for 1, and I think if he doesn't make it, he won't try again. That's just kind of the guy who it seems like he doesn't need to. He had the most fouls, but they were kind of towards the end. He just did everything right again. I love seeing him in the starting lineup, and I love that he got to be there on a national stage too, because Sixers fans know who he is, that he was beloved. There are just a lot of names tonight that I'm excited. The national media, they don't trash him, they don't push him, so you don't know who they are. So Paul Reed is one of those guys.
For sure. Yeah, he was great. He was great again, man. I mean, the biggest takeaway from me, boss, to me, was the added muscle that he's added over the summer. Last year, we saw like he was struggling a little bit with guys like Cat and Mitchell Robinson because he just wasn't big enough, right? But this year, without JD, right? Because it was Stu tonight instead of JD, right? But we saw him tonight, man. His post defense against Cat was great. He forced him into some tough shots. Yeah, and he wasn't giving up ground every time Cat would try to bang into him in the post. Yeah, right. He was just kind of he was just holding his ground and forcing him into misses.
The hook,
like the hook. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. Like he added much needed size and he's stronger, which enables him to be much of a force defensively in the paint, and offensively he was great too. He kept so many possessions alive just on the glass. Yep, just flying out of nowhere. Yeah, here comes the offensive rebound, and he did a great job holding the one shot. And another thing, too, is that every time the Pistons would secure the board, if it wasn't him, he was literally sprinting down the court. Again, sprinting, making Cat get back on defense. Even if Paul Reed wasn't getting the outlet catch for a fast break dunk or whatever, just making your guy play defense and have to sprint back with you, it takes its toll. It makes it harder for guys like Cat to get it going offensively. Especially when they're not as deep as we are. Like, once again, Paul Reed can go hard. He can sprint as much as he wants because he's got Stu there. He's got Javonte Green who can play big to come behind him and still do the same thing. So I love what I saw from Paul Reed. He hasn't had a bad game when he started. Yeah. Every game he's played as a starter has been good.
Yeah.
Hasn't been a ton of points every game, but once again, he's another box score deceiver.
Right.
Where the impact is not always shown in the numbers. And he did a great job of that again tonight.
And he had
We're lucky to have him. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah, he had a nice jump shot, but most of them were creative at the rim again to get around guys like Cat, to get around guys that are taller and bigger, you know. I mean, he had more. I just kidding. 8 points and 8 rebounds, and Cat had 6 points and 1 rebound.
Sorry.
I just I know, but it's like, and everyone has their off games, but he shut him down. And again, first offensive foul he threw was a hook because Cat was hooking him the whole way, like obvious. And then Paul Reed did get called for a foul, and he told the ref. They all went up to the ref like, he's hooking me. Like they probably, but they didn't. Like that man, I'm questioning if Cat can play basketball without pushing people out of his way
or flopping,
because all he did was try to elbow and knee Cade, hook Paul Reed. Like, do you know how to play basketball, sir? With pressure? Because
exactly.
It looks like you don't.
No, that's a great point. Yeah, he always struggles. But once again, when you're going against guys that have the strength and the foot speed to be able to stay in front, you're going to get frustrated. Yeah. There's not a lot of guys in the league who have that combination, boss. And I think that's the key. We have guys like our front court is one of his worst nightmares because we match up with him well. Yeah. And that's the key. He wasn't able to get anything going. That's big.
He only made 1 field goal. It was that 3-pointer, and then he had 3 free throws.
Wow. Incredible. Let's get this super chat real quick. Devereaux says the Pistons are deeper than the Thanos mob that attacked Wakanda. Right. Led by Ebony Maw and Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, Cull Obsidian, the Big Four, and then all those demons they had. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Our depth is crazy, man. Yeah. Our depth is absolutely crazy. I appreciate the Avengers reference. I'm a huge Marvel fan. So if you got more of those, Devereaux, throw them at me for sure. All right, boss. Let's keep it going. Let's move on now to Isaiah Stewart, boss. Dog Pound Sr. Tonight, Stu finished with 7 points, guys, on 3 for 8 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3, 0-2 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks in 32 minutes, which was a team high, as you guys mentioned. Boss, take off on Beef Stu tonight.
Yeah, again, 32 minutes, you might look at this and be like, okay, 9 rebounds, about only 7 points, 2 blocks is like low for Stu. It's his average. Yeah. But again, his presence. He had that block on McBride, that big bucket over Cat in the second where he just again, he pressured Cat and Cat backed off. Yep. He got over him. And then he had a block on Yabusele, who I like her, Sean. But he had a nice block on him and said, nope, you're not getting points tonight, sir. And then when he went off, did you see JB was just he checked out and JB pulled him over for a second. Mm-hmm. He
gave him that look that musicians give each other when they hear a dope song, woo. He gave him that kind of good stuff tonight, bro. That was nice to see. I did peep that, yeah.
Yeah, and that was and that was when everyone in the stands, I'm sure if anyone was there, I heard you all just cheering for him, which he totally deserved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, just an all-out effort from Stu, and it's crazy because we were talking about how we're so glad that the national media can see him like this. And the nation, exactly. Basketball fans that might think differently of him might still just remember his quarrel with LeBron 5 years ago. But, right. But also we as Pistons fans know that he does that every night and he can do better. Mm-hmm. He can even do more. We just, we were hitting from 3, so we didn't really need to rely on him in the paint. Otherwise, he could have easily gotten a double-double.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, he was incredible, man. I really wish in hindsight, even more now, that we had him last year in the playoffs.
I know.
Oh my Lord, man. It was a lot of Knicks fans last year. I know some of y'all probably here in the chat now. Shout out to everybody who's here. But there were so many Knicks fans last year when we were saying post series, man, had we had Stu and had we had Jaden, man, this would have been a totally different series. And they was laughing us off. Right? Because they didn't know what he was capable of doing. He was known, as you mentioned, of just being an enforcer, being somebody who wants to fight, being not a skilled player, all these different things, just a body on the court. But now that he's getting these accolades in the media, and now that they got a chance to see him up close, because remember, he didn't play but say for 3/4 of the first game. Yeah. And he got hurt and he was playing through that. Well, so they didn't see a lot of him. Go ahead.
And then Knicks fans, just real quick, again, just going back to the Knicks fans on Reddit talking, because Stu recently said, like, yeah, I'm excited to go out there because I think we would have won if I was there.
Exactly.
And the Knicks fans, were just like, oh, yeah, let's see what Big Beef Stu can do tonight against Cat. Again, 6 points and 1 rebound from your guy. He
outscored Cat.
Could you imagine? You guys have seen me go in on Duran for his 12-5 games. Could you imagine if Duran was a 61, how I would feel? So that's crazy. I would be like, get rid of him immediately.
Oh man, you be going on JD when he be getting DMPs. Yeah. JD, what are you wearing? Yeah.
He looked nice tonight though. He looked
nice. He looked like he had that contract. I was telling wifey like, did they low key give him an extension already? Because he was iced out for show already. It was, he had a dope fit. Yeah. But yeah, back to Stu, man. Back-to-back domination against 2 of the premier big men in the East.
Yeah.
Right? Shut down Evan Mobley last night. Shut down Cat tonight.
I forgot we did the Cavs back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Not even a day in between, traveling from Cleveland back here.
Getting better.
And Cleveland had days off, and the Knicks had days off. And he still dominated both of them. Shut both of them down. Shut their water completely off, boss. Yeah. Cat couldn't do anything with Stu. And this is exactly why we were saying, Pistons fans, that had he been available, all those shots from 3-point he was hitting last year in Game 6 and all that stuff, would not have been happening. No. Would not have been happening. The ability that Stu has to be able to move his feet on the perimeter, while at the same time being able to body him up in the paint, is exactly what we were missing.
Yeah.
We were missing that. We had JD. He was strong enough in the post, but not quick enough on the perimeter.
And then
B-ball Paul.
Yeah.
He was quick enough on the perimeter, but not strong enough in the post. Stu is a combination of both of those guys.
And then
when you have a JD who's better, and you also have a Paul Reed who's bigger, you got to deal with all 3 now.
Yeah.
Got to deal with all 3. So it's going to be a nightmare for him.
And look, we talked about it. Like, obviously, winning by 31 points without JD is fantastic. But I know that JD's next, that we got the Knicks 3 more times because they're in our conference. So the next time we visit the Knicks, when JD's hopefully healthy, he's just going to want a piece. He's going to show it too, that he can contribute to a 31-point win.
100%. 100%, man. Like Stu was, man, he seriously may win the DPOY this year. Like, the things that he's doing without the natural gifts is incredible. It just more is a testament to how committed he is to that side of the basketball. That's the biggest thing for me. Because you got a guy like Wemby. You expect him in his career to get 3 or 4 DPOYs just off his sheer size. Yeah. Not taking away from his ability, but you can't teach 7'5". Stu is 6'8".
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's 6. Like it's a lot of it's Ben Wallace-esque, but without the athleticism. Yeah. Which is crazy.
And he had another Ben Wallace block. Like whenever I see them fly out of bounds, I mean, Ben was also really good about keeping them in bounds and grabbing them out of the air.
Yep.
When they fly out of bounds like that.
Yep.
It just felt took me back 20 years. So
yeah, 100%, man. I'm seeing some comments here too. Interesting comments. Kevin says, low key, we would have won that series last year if we had Danis instead of Bees. Ooh, I don't know, man. Bees hit some big shots last year, man. We all know the last play where he bobbled the ball.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't want to take away from him, man, because he really was big for us last year in the playoffs. But I do think that Danis will be huge for us this year in the playoffs, just because he's that secondary point guard we always talk about that allows K to sit down. So you may have a point there. It's good. It's interesting to see. So we'll kind of keep our eyes on that going forward. But yeah, Stu was amazing, man. Block party again. Literally erased Deuce McBride's layup attempt at the rim, which was incredible. And then once again, just like Paul Reed, he was also big on the glass, offensive glass. Out muscling Cat. Cat didn't want no part to him. Cat didn't want no part of that dog.
No.
At all.
That was a kitty cat tonight.
Kitty cat vibes for sure. Meow.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and go to some reserves. And then you're right. And what's the name of your cat, by the way?
Jane.
I'm gonna start calling Cat Jane. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to the bench and let's see how that played out. Let's start, boss, with J.I., man.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey, guys. Tonight, Jaden Ivey finished with, where is he at? Okay, finished with 16 points on 6 for 10 shooting, 1 or 2 from 3, 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, and 1 steal, boss, in 22 minutes. Take off on J.I. What did you see tonight from him?
I think that's his most. I would say his most or around his most. I don't know if the Boston game a month and a half ago was one, but
I think he played like 29 one game. It was like far and away more than any other game. But go ahead.
This is more. It's ever since he's been kind of building up again.
Agreed.
I would say this has been his most minutes played. He was super reliable again, super good on defense. No personal fouls. Good job, Ji. The 6 of 10. I'll take that any night.
Of course.
He just had beautiful shots. He ended the scoring drought for us again with the jump shot and then the free throws and that layup.
Yep.
The big 3 was exciting. Yeah, he was just all over the place, and he just really helps space it with. I think he did a lot of help too when he was on the floor with Cade or with Jenkins. Both of them, he was able. They had to guard him.
Yep.
Like you can't. Even Grant Hill was talking about how the Knicks, how do they let J.I. fly past them? I mean, if you guys know Ivy, like we know Ivy, we know he can do that to anybody.
You don't let him fly past you. He just flies past you.
You need to, no one stopped ball, and he makes it hard to do that.
Yeah.
So he just was he got what he wanted tonight in his shots. And he took everything confidently. And again, he was a big part of the aggressiveness, big part of the momentum.
Yep.
Loved watching him. His jersey on today because
same.
Loved what I saw from him. And I'm excited. Again, this is just another to play like that in a win like this.
Yeah.
It's going to do loads of confidence and for his mental game too.
Man, absolutely. I think this was his best game of the year.
Yeah.
On both sides of the ball. He got it done everywhere. Whether it was from long range, mid range, which a lot of people didn't think he had. Yes, he does have that as well. At the rim. Yeah. All while playing under control. He did a good job too of getting into the paint, keeping his dribble alive, and then finding guys when the defense was sinking him in the paint. I thought that was good as well. Yeah. And just the overall aggression. Yeah. The overall aggression was another level. Like tonight was the first time this season, boss, I've seen him board and push the way he did, where he just boards it and just streaks down the court. Yep. Just pushing the ball, right? Multiple times we saw him do that, just grabbing a rebound and just getting down the court for open finishes. And we're going to need that from J.I. We're going to need him to be aggressive the way he was tonight, because when he's aggressive, he just adds a whole nother element to this team that we didn't have in the playoffs last year. So I'm hoping his minutes continue to ramp up, because it looks to me like he's ready. Like I need some of the shackles to get taken off of him more, because you can see what he can give you. He has so many gifts to his game, and he does so many things that not a lot of guys on his team can do. Yeah. So, and Pac-Man, his movement without the basketball as well. DJ found it for a nice dunk. And I want to see more Danis Jenkins and Jaden Ivey minutes together as well, because Danis knows how to set guys up as well as K does. Yeah. So I would love to see those two play together. But yeah, one of his best games by far. I just need that aggression to stay there, man. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It looks like he trusts his body. His burst is there. You saw the speed up and down the court. Hasn't lost any of that. So you see it. You see what he can do. This tonight was probably the closest I've seen of him resembling last year. Yeah, I agree. I just looked confident again. And I mean, he had that one pull-up shot where he looked around for options and he just well, I guess I'll take it, but to do that again confidently, because in the past, maybe he was really trying to fit in or just find, if he's just like, oh, I don't have my shot. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Like, what can I do to get it? I guess I'll just take it, because that's what we want from him, is to just be confident in his decisions, which has been growing as the games are going on. And like you said, you talked to me earlier today about how you just want, him to be unleashed. And I think he got that. And again, I think he would have had even more minutes if other guys weren't doing so well. But this is basketball. And to do this again on the second night of a back-to-back, that's because this kind of play would excite me if we had another back. Like if tomorrow was a game and we didn't have one yesterday, I'd be like, oh, but nobody overplayed. You know? So this is exciting, which is kind of with the Cavs game too, but no one overplayed today. I got there. Yeah. So he was great. Yeah. And I think he'll just get more. And like you said, he looks great with Jenkins, because he's coming off the bench still right now. So they're great together. He looks great with Cade. Him and Cade are really developing. And and I love the one turnover as well, because that's just something I think, he has to also be aware of. He is a ball handler out there. So, and to be honest, I don't mind if his turnovers are a little higher right now. I just want him to be aggressive.
Right. Well,
Like, this is still January, bro. Like, go ahead. Like, get aggressive out there, man. Like, make sure you have the confidence in your body. Make sure that you got the confidence in your teammates. Go out there and just show them and show the opposition what you can do. That's going to open up so much more for the other guy. So in January, I don't mind him working out the kinks if it means he's got 2 or 3 turnovers in the game. If he's working through it and just staying aggressive, because that'll get better. Those will get cut down in February, March, as long as he stays aggressive. I want an aggressive J.I. peaking, keeping those turnovers low in March, April, as opposed to him trying to get aggressive at that time because he's trying to work and worried about turnovers. So just go out and be you 100% and don't worry about mistakes. That's what I want to see from him right now.
Absolutely. And I think that another thing, something that Ivy struggled with earlier, not last year, but the season before, was like he would get aggressive and he would run to the basket and almost go too hard off the glass. Sometimes I worry about with the Ron sometimes too, but he gets it done because he has a nice touch. But like that from Jaden, we haven't seen.
Right.
And when he first started, he was missing a few easy layups, but now when he takes it to the basket, I have full confidence it's going in and it's not going to be too hard. He's really honed that in. And I think that was one of his, before his injuries, that was one of his biggest criticisms from people, is that we get these breakaways and then blow it by just going too hard. And now he's still going hard, and kind of like Ron Holland is finishing with a nice touch.
Exactly.
So I just like that he's, we're seeing not only improvement from his injury, but we're seeing improvement from before his injury.
I agree.
Growing his game.
Great point. Yeah, because as far as moving without the basketball and things like that, that wasn't quite there last year the way it is now.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you see his ceiling has gotten even higher, even though he may not be at present where he was last year. His ceiling now is much higher than it was last year because he's showing you more to his game that he wasn't doing last year. He was doing the things he was really good at last year at a high level, but now he's got more to add to that to make his level even higher, make his ceiling even higher. So that's a great point that you made because up here now he's playing the game differently. Yeah. Great point, boss.
3-point shootings as well. There's just he's growing as a player, not because we've been looking for him to go back to his old self for injury, but he's also a young developing player. So not only he's doing that, but he's growing his game, which I just appreciate from him because this kind of scoring, like we were talking about, we need another shooter. And so we gave us 16 tonight on 22 minutes. If he's in the starting lineup with Cade and they're getting 30 minutes each, they're both 20 plus.
Right.
That's
very
our
true.
Shooter.
Yep. So. Very true. Very true. Let's get to William Black. My dog says, with the depth we have, do y'all think JB has JI as a Nas Reed role for the rest of the season and playoffs? Also, what are y'all assessments for JI for the rest of the season? I personally, if you ask me, he needs to start. Yeah. Straight up. Because when we talk about this to exhaustion, boss, but I want as many two-way players on this team and in the starting lineup as possible because of who we want to be. We want to be a team that can turn defense into offense. To have that, you got to have guys who can strap up defensively, who can stay in front of their man, who can get stops, but also who are athletes.
Yeah.
Athletes. J.I. is one of the fastest guys on this team. You heard Asar before the season started say that J.I. is one of the fastest people he's ever met.
Yeah.
Ever been around. Asar said that.
Yeah, the alien. Well, he's not alien. Well, LeBron called him an alien.
LeBron called him an alien. So
alien,
you can't have one of your most athletic players on your team from end to end.
Yeah.
Not starting. No. Especially if that's how you want to play.
True.
Period. So that's why I don't mind Asar as a starter, because if he gives you enough on offense, just enough for this season, he's not hurting you as far as turning the ball over. You want him out there as well. Yeah. You want JD, who can get up down the court pretty quickly for a big guy. You want Stu, who's a possible DPOY who encourages turnovers and getting stopped. Like, if you're going to play that way, you got to have guys on the court that play that way or that can play that way. So to me, there's no question about whether or not he should be a starter at all.
I like this comparison. Jaden Ivey is our Jamison Williams. When it clicks, it's a wrap.
When it clicks, it's a wrap.
And look, J-Mo would just, get out there far. And that's kind of how I see Ivy too, as we're a transition offense team, is if Stu's down there getting blocks and Ivy's he's the first one down. Yeah. So, exactly. Stu can take some, maybe from Jokic, some quarterback lob lessons. No Tobias.
I like that. I like that comparison. But imagine J.I. in a starting to break. Imagine J.I. in small stints. I'm just saying. Imagine J.I. with Ron and Asar.
Right.
Or J.I. with Javante and Ron.
Yeah.
The speed that you have is insane. The athleticism you have is just insane. There's no way teams can keep up with that throughout the duration of a game.
Yeah.
We can because we have so many guys who can do it.
Yeah.
So to me, it just fits your style of play to have him in the game.
Yeah.
Right. He's controlled chaos 100%.
Like other guys too.
You can.
Ron
Holland. Right. Right. Exactly. So to me, it's no question. No question. Good question, Will. But for me, it's no doubt. Go ahead.
I agree. Just with that statement, as I totally agree. And I just think that he is just getting more, like I just said, he's growing, he's getting back to his form, but he's also growing, that's all you can ask for one of your young guys that he is on a contract year, like that you want to see that he's looking to improve anyways. But I see him thriving going forward. And I do see him, in the starting, because again, like we talked about, Duncan today, just with his threes, we had Devontae Green can also shoot three. We could have other shooters too. So if you want to be, like you said, defensive and aggressive, well, I'm seeing effort and aggression from Duncan Robinson. Like right now, Ivy is just a little bit more intimidating in front of a guy. Again, he had 0 fouls.
0 fouls.
Against a Knicks team that gets to the line a lot. And again, there wasn't a lot of fouls called, but he had none. And it really just shows me. And well, I guess neither did Duncan. Good job, Duncan. But,
okay.
Still, but I just, especially, for the criticisms that we've given him, not we, but like people have given him, that's just good defense and it's good switching and it's good play.
Yeah. Many have forgotten the trajectory that he was on prior to his broken leg last year. It's easy to forget.
Easy numbers.
It's easy to forget. It was a long time he was gone too. And the fact that we were still playing well, I think is what kind of took away from the way he was playing before he went down, because people just always assumed that we got better because he wasn't there. But we were playing well when he was there. We had just turned the corner. Mm-hmm. So it was just a bad timing. But once again, I think this year people are going to see how important he is to this team regardless. And because once again, he would have been, what he's doing now, we would have saw that at a higher level last year.
Yep.
The same way K got better last year. The same way Asar got better last year. The same way JD got better last year. Mm-hmm. All these guys got better last year because of coach in the style of play. Why wouldn't Jaden have done the same thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was just behind, and he's showing now what we would have saw last year.
Yep.
So yeah, 100%. Want to get to the super chat from Devero coming back, says, come on, February 25th and March 30th, OKC. Oh, they're that close. I didn't realize they were that close.
I'm actually kind of happy they're a little bit that far. We have some more time. I mean, obviously they're going through some stuff, but we have some more time we've talked about it, some consistency.
Mm-hmm.
To really set the lineups and kind of keep them. Like, again, we have a bunch of guys that we can throw in and that can fit in with us and throw the other team off.
Yeah.
But for us to know this is our starting 5 and this is our bench unit, you know, that
100%.
It keeps us on our toes, but it would be nice for that, again, continuity.
Right. And Clifton, Shorter was the difference, but he was brought here because J.I. went down. Mm-hmm. Right. If J.I. doesn't go down, we probably don't add Dennis Shorter to this team. Right. We just saw during the period before Shorter got here and after J.I. went down, Cade was doing what? Something we don't want to see, playing 40 minutes a game because there's no other creator on the team. Having to have Tobias Harris try to be that creator when Cade sits down, or have Malik Beasley be the creator when Cade sits down. That's not what they do. Yeah. So we needed to get a creator on this team, and Shorter was good for that. So I think that's a big part that gets missed for sure. But yeah, same page, bro. Same page. So it's nice to have guys on this team who kind of resemble what Schroeder did last year to be able to come in and give Cade a rest and allow him to go like this in the fourth quarter and just kind of chill, right? So it's great.
The Schroeder move for me was just way more of me trusting Trajan's vision as well.
Agreed.
He did bring on, some bets, like, he brought back Tobias and Malik and THJ, but then we didn't see, when we needed something, he made the right move. So
right.
We trust him in whatever potential trade talks are going forward. I just trust his judgment with this team.
100%. I totally agree. Organic says Ivy is shooting 37. I think it's higher than that. Last I checked a couple days ago, he was at 39. So maybe he's dropped. Maybe, I don't know. But 37, 39, 38, whatever. That's still pretty good.
It was like 46% or 42% last year before he got injured.
For 3, he was about 40.
Okay.
Right about 40. I think Malik was at 41 and he was at like 40.
Okay.
So yeah, but either way, like he's still approaching off a 10-month layoff. He's still approaching that same mark that he was at last year. And once again, I always say it, is because of the quality of the shots that he's getting. To go 34 1 year, 34 year 2, and then 40 year 3.
Yeah.
And then 38, 39 year 4 this year is because of the offense. It's because of the quality of shot. It's because he's not ISO on top of the key taking fadeaway threes. So that means he's always been able to shoot the basketball.
And I just want to answer this question too. What happens with Duncan if Ivy starts though off the bench? Where does that leave us on 3 ball? Malik Beasley came off the bench, guys. Malik Beasley wasn't a starter. That's what happens to Duncan.
So the question is, whose minutes does he take? Because we got guys like Javonte who is shooting the ball just as well, if not better than Duncan, but in giving you way more defensively.
It's not.
So it's a good question.
But I'm just going with, just off the bench. Where does that leave us on 3 ball? I'm just going with this genuine, okay. But what if we took Duncan out and Ivy started? Well, that's what we did last year. We had Ivy start and Malik came off the bench. Like that's what it was. Right. So that's just what it would be if just for those scenarios, not bringing anyone else into it. Yeah. Don't know.
And to be fair, Tim, you could factor in Tim Hardaway Jr. as well off the bench because honestly, both of those guys were neither of those guys were supposed to start, right? Yeah. Tim Hardaway Jr. started because of a start with the blood clot.
Yes, you're right.
You know what I mean? And then so neither of those guys were supposed to be starters last year between those two, and they both could have been off the bench. So to your point, that's the road that I would have him in, off the bench. If you're going to go with a guy like that, Organic says Ivy was 46 from 3 on. Okay, catch and shoot threes. Okay, catch and shoot threes before. So once again. So overall, I'm so glad you said that because overall he was at 40%. If you factor in the catch and shoot, 46%. So that just once again shows you, boss, why he went from 34 to 40.
Yeah.
Because when he's catching and shooting in the rhythm, he shows he can shoot the basketball. When he's trying to dance too much with the shot clock winding down, that's why he's at 34%. So the quality of shots, guys, it makes all the difference in the world. And once again, it shows somebody asked a question the other day about if K can get to 40% from 3. And we said if he's catching and shooting more instead of dancing, right? The same thing with Jaden. If he's catching and shooting and getting quality shots, he can get there. So for all of these guys, it's about the quality of shots more than anything. Yeah. More than anything.
Exactly. So
We'll leave it there, man. But yeah, J.I., he's on his way, man. He's on his way. Just keep the aggression and keep giving him minutes and allowing him to just go. Yeah, we're going to be in great shape come spring. So I'm looking forward to that for sure, boss. All right. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's move on to who we want to go with next. Let's go to Ron Holland.
Okay.
Ron Holland tonight, guys. Lil Ron had 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 5 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 steal, and 3 blocks, boss, in 24 minutes. Take off on Lil Ron Dog Pound Jr. What do you see?
My gosh. Well, it's funny because again, 5 points, I thought he did a little bit more, but his 3 was fun. It was fun. It was in front of the Knicks bench.
Yeah.
And so I love to see him sink that. The 3 blocks, and 5 rebounds. He just, again, did Ron things. He was just out there doing stuff. Only 1 turnover makes me proud of him as well because, when they were out there, it was like the second quarter, but they were having fun. But like someone mentioned, they were just balling. Yeah, they're kind of just playing for that, and that's when you can't get a little bit unclean because you're just having fun out there. But no harm, no foul. He had the block to force the shot clock violation in the first. Great defense on Bridges. Great defense on Anunoby by forcing another hook offensive foul, a big one.
Yep.
Block on Brunson, got to feel good. We talked about we thought that we both thought that he would be good on Brunson if Asar could if Asar was getting into foul trouble like he did the other night. But they both did great. He had a big steal, that big corner 3. Yeah, so I saw the block on Brunson and the block at the beginning to force a shot clock violation. I don't know what is on. I don't know what the third block was. It must have come at the end of the game when I was selling in on it. But I love Ron Holland so much. And so it's just crazy because he's someone that I, again, really attribute this win to, but not even close on the stat line in terms of box scores to other players, but you just know that his energy and what he brings and his defense, and he has 0 fouls. Are you kidding?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. Very clean. Very clean. But yeah, for me, Ron's defensive versatility, we talked about it last episode, boss. His defensive versatility is a weapon.
Mhm.
It is a weapon, man. To be able to go from guarding Jalen Brunson to guarding Josh Hart when he comes back, or McBride when he's playing, or OG Anunoby, or Mikal Bridges. Like he can guard pretty much anybody 1 through 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. That's going to be so big. Like because him and Mikal are kind of built similarly when you think about it, as far as their size, their length, their build. And you saw him play great defense, get that strip on him on the way up, like without fouling. Like having a guy like Ron, 5-hour energy for sure. Having a guy like him, we have so many guys who can do so many different things, man. And he's one of those guys. Like, yes, I'm feeling it, bro. Like it's if you put your head down for a second, you'll miss a steal.
Yeah.
You'll miss a block. You'll miss a transition dunk. It don't take much. It happens so fast. Like you got like sometimes when I'll put my head down and take a note, the crowd will get my head back up because they'd be cheering because we got another steal. Like it's crazy. So Ron is incredible, man. Like his versatility defensively to be able to throw a guy like Ron onto a guy like Jalen Brunson if a star gets in foul trouble that's tough. And just like I mentioned, having so many guys to throw at guys like him makes it hard for them to get comfortable. They can't catch a rhythm at all because it's so many different guys. They defend differently. They're built differently. It's hard. You got to constantly stay on your heels. Now you're thinking as an offensive player. You're thinking more than you're just playing because of how many different bodies are being thrown at you. So Ron's incredible. And he got called for offensive foul. That wasn't an offensive foul. Did you see that? And he turned and looked at the ref like, bro, really?
I don't think
that was crazy.
No personal fouls.
Here we go, Pac-Man.
Oh no.
Yeah, did you see the look on his face after Ron forced that offense? So did he force that offensive foul? Because it looked like they called a foul on Ron. I can't remember, but either way, he looked at the ref like, bro, what?
I think it went out of bounds. And
okay.
They gave it to the Knicks, and they were like, how is that not a foul?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
And I just want to say, because you brought up the steals and the blocks with these guys.
Yeah.
Ron, Javante, and Jenkins, their stocks total were the total of the Knicks stocks.
As a team?
Yes.
Wow. How many?
We had 23 steals and blocks tonight. They had 10.
So those 3 guys had as many as those. Those
3 guys
the
equal
entire
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And and again, you could throw in Cade because Cade had 3 himself. You could throw in any of these guys because we had 23.
That's very impressive, man.
Oh, man.
That's domination. Yeah. That's domination.
Like you said about Ron, like because the perimeter defense is crazy, but like I trust him to go down to the post and make a block or make a steal or make it like he can guard wherever. If for some reason there was he had to guard Karl Anthony Towns down there, who might be the best example tonight.
Yeah,
he would do it well.
Right. Right. No, he was incredible.
Just do it.
Incredible, man. Yeah, D. Davis says, K. Block McBride, like, it's only one deuce. Get that right. Yeah. It's only, ain't enough room for 2. Well, it's enough room for 2. If y'all, it's enough room for 2. But no, I didn't notice that too.
He's talking about you. He's not talking about Cade.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll take that. I'll take it.
You ain't downtown.
You know what I'm saying? It's just deuce. Y'all see it. Clifton says that was that was a loose ball you were talking about, boss. Okay.
But it looked like a foul. And that's why Brown was like, this guy ran into me. But the refs, again, they were letting us play physical.
So you live with that.
Yes.
You live with that because we're the more physical team anyway.
But Ron has had 3 games in a row where he stared at the ref like that. Like I need that as a meme for sure.
Yes, yeah.
And that Tobias yelling last year on the bench when he's like, oh, those are my.
But he's right. That was crazy. But Ron has gotten better though. Like we talked about it before. Like his rookie season, you could see he had the tools to be a really good defender, and he make a lot of great plays, just heads up plays on his own. But you would also see him getting called for ticky-tack fouls because he was still learning what's acceptable and what's not, what's allowable and what's not.
Yes.
The tricks of the trade, so to speak, in the NBA.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing him kind of, he's learned how to toe that line and balance it between still being physical, but knowing what does and what doesn't draw a foul. And he's not doing those things. He's just maturing as a defender.
And playoff basketballs, it's hit or miss. Like they either play like this where you get, off they lay off the whistle, or they do hit you with the ticky-tack fouls, which happened to Asar last year. So again, just for Ron to come out and get no fouls tonight, it's really impressive because we've seen him get, into it. And also Ron and we'll get to Danis because this more applies to him, but Ron and Kolek. Something.
For sure. I noticed that too. We'll get to that for sure. Yeah. Let's get to Joe. Joe says, Deuce, the energy in the arena was nuts. Best event I've ever been to. Cat did nothing against us. BTA, my dog. You know what it is, man. Yeah, man. Wait for the playoffs, Joe. Wait for the playoffs. I hope we see them in the playoffs, bro. I hope we see them in the playoffs. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, good for you, man. Glad you got a chance to get out there. It's gonna be a lot more games like that, I think, this year for sure. Organic says, I'd rather Ron stare and keep it moving than yes.
It's how he calms himself down.
He's gotten much better with that.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to hurt the team. That's obvious. He just wants to help. But go ahead. You said what?
JD, take notes about the arms in the air, I would say.
Well, he don't get texts or anything like that. But
no, but they're complaining. Like you don't want
for
Ron.
Sure.
Like Ron just got back up and played.
Yeah. To JD's to his credit, he gets like manhandled in the paint every play. But to your point, you still gotta. We talked about that. You can't
about it,
to where it's affecting your transition D. You can't do that for sure.
I mean, even what's his face, Redick, JJ Redick on the Lakers said that was how the Pistons win, was because they could play through the whistles and non-whistles, and the Lakers couldn't play through the non-whistles. True.
DeRoe says, heard a commentator referee refer to Kate as downtown Deuce. Actually, might want to get that pat did, my boy. Seriously, that's what you heard?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that.
Grant Hill.
Interesting.
Go talk to him.
Yeah, Grant Hill about to catch that DM tonight for sure. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, bro. I appreciate that for sure. Tell me to go check out the Final Destination track. But anyway, appreciate you, my dog. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move it along, boss. Let's go to Dennis Jenkins, man.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tink. Tink tonight, guys. Another masterclass, man. Guys, tonight Dennis Jenkins had 12 points, 5 for 10 shooting overall, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 assists to 1 turnover. That's about his average. That's what I expect every game from him. That's what he does. 1 steal and 2 blocks. 2 blocks.
Those back-to-back ones.
In 22 minutes, boss. Take off on Tink. What did you see from him tonight in this game?
Well, you were a little bit behind on the broadcast, which happens sometimes. And we were talking about it, and I was just like, I told you, I was like, wait till I won't give it away. I won't spoil it. But he blocked.
Thank you for not doing that, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If it was maybe Duncan, I'd be like, wow, wait till you see what Duncan did. But no, I had to he blocked Kolek, which started their little feud. And then he blocked Cats. He blocked Carly.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, he was just in, and he hit his first shot. He hit the first shot of the second, which was a 3, the 2 blocks, and then that beautiful bounce pass we talked about earlier to Ivy for the dunk. Like,
yes, bro.
He just in Denver, we call Murray the Lakers' dad because he always pops off. And Jenkins was Kolek's daddy tonight.
Yeah.
Immediately. I mean, Kolek, immediately, I don't know if it was the block or what. Maybe some chit chat, because we know Jenkins is, which again, we've seen from his first, he likes to talk.
Definitely. No friends on the court. None.
I love it. But he just made a show of it, of Kolek every time. And Kolek's the guy I told you I was more worried about Kolek and McBride than I was about Bridges and Anunoby, because they're guys that come off and provide the spark. Jenkins shut that down. Jenkins shut him down.
Remember what I said last show? Yeah. Like, man, give me Sass and give me DJ, bro. I ain't worried about no Kolek.
Exactly. I loved it. I loved that little. So just again, Jenkins. And like I told you, my mom was asking where he was, and I was like, he'll be here. So, and we got to see Sass later on too. So they both got their time in minutes that, Sass was shorter, but he made use of his. And
he did.
And I told you, Jenkins started off a little slow. He had like a turnover and a bad shot.
Yep.
And then, but we knew he would. Just cleaned it up immediately. Got right back into it, and it was nice.
Some quick comments here. Let's see what we got. Pistons are loaded with competitors who play with chips on their shoulders. Dennis is at the front of the line, and that's because of the journeys of all these. That's what you get from guys who take the long road to get to the NBA.
Grit.
You get you get the grit, and you get huge chips on their shoulder because they've been overlooked. Yeah. Right. As far as going undrafted for a guy like Dennis Jenkins, you got like Javonte Green, who's been bouncing around looking for a home. Like, those guys have something to prove. Yeah. So if you can find talented guys who have the journey, watch out. And this is exactly what we're talking. This is what Kevin is talking about, is that they come out every game with the memory in their mind that y'all was overlooked. Yeah. I got to go prove it again. And then again, they never get relaxed. Yeah. They always have their fire. So I definitely agree with that. Josh Forbes says he has sneaky bounce. Yeah. He's been doing this since open practice of last year. catching lobs off the side of the backboard from a pass from Sasser and throwing it down 360. Like, I have the clip. I'll show it again sometime soon. But definitely, man, he's incredible. So, guys, let's go ahead and get to some of my thoughts on him. Boss, this is why I said last show that he does not deserve to have any more DMPs the rest of the year.
Yeah.
This is why. Every opportunity he gets on the basketball court where he has extended time, he shows up. When Cade sits down, guys, he can sit down and not have to worry about getting up. He can sit there comfortably because he knows Dennis is going to pick up right where he leaves off. He did everything tonight. He knocked down shots, but he set the table, boss, as the pure point guard behind Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I've said it religiously. Those are the 2 point guards on this team. Yeah. Those are the 2 guys, when they're in the game, you're comfortable completely at the point guard spot. He knows how to run the offense. Yeah. He knows how to set you up. He's not going to turn it over. He leads your team. Like, he's athletic. He can knock down 3 balls. He can do everything, but he's under control.
Yep.
It's not controlled chaos. It's not. He's a floor general.
Oh, yeah.
He's a winner. Look, you trust that guy. So, man, I don't see how you cannot play him the rest of the year just from what he does for you on the court.
And I have to say, just stat wise, we had 25 assists total. Kate had 13, so a little bit over half. The next guy with the most assists was Jenkins with 4. Yep. And it doesn't pop off the screen after you have a guy who has 13 and then you have 4 and everyone else has 1. But it just, again, goes to show that he was getting the job done. And he was coming in for Cade. I noticed that too. Because before Cade went out was it in the third? Yeah, before Cade went out at the end of the third, Ivy had been in, Javonte was in. I was like, Danis was coming in for Cade. That's what I noticed games ago. And then tonight we got to see them play a little bit together as well at the beginning of the 4th. And then he sat down and Jenkins ran the show. But I think you're right in saying that even they recognize that this is a point guard. Like, he can do other things. He can be our second shooter on the floor. Right. But he can also just, run it well. And he had that one turnover was his one and only, that mistake right in the first, which we pointed out because I was like, shake that off and then you'll be good. Exactly. And no other mistakes. And like you said, we have nice fines. And, the other 3, I feel like were to Javonte Green in the corner. He was just getting it. And again, but why was Javonte Green wide open? Grant Hill multiple times. Because Danis Jenkins was going down the paint and they said, oh no. And they all defense collapsed. And he's like, well, I'll just pass it to this guy over here. You can take 3 seconds to shoot because the Knicks don't move like we do and won't get on the perimeter. Exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I'm just glad that these guys are getting the opportunity to show what they can do, man. Yes. Yeah. Like they're really taking advantage of it. And Danis Jenkins, man, you can't not play him entire games. You just can't. Like, if we keep saying we don't want Cade playing more than 35 minutes, right? You can't not play Danis Jenkins. And you can't. Like, what other option are you going to go with? You're either going to play Cade 40, or you're going to play somebody who's out of position at point guard. Yeah. Why? When you have Danis Jenkins right there, that's doing it every single night, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, there's no way you cannot play him going forward. He's too good. And he's too valuable for what we need. And I've talked to you about there's teams out there that are begging for point guards. So he's going to be on people's, radars because he's made impressions throughout the season twice on national TV. He has done the job because the first one was against the Wizards, right? Oh, the buzzer beater. Yep. And then helping in overtime, and then this one, like he's going to be on radars, and I really do think that it will be offered. But I'm curious to see how much time is left because the Nuggets have been playing a 2-way Spencer Jones, and he only has 6 days left. Well, is it based off games or days? I gotta check that. I gotta check that and see. Oh, it's games. So he has. Is it games? Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. And he has been playing. Like Dana started playing for us before he had to play for the Nuggets, but he has been playing more. Like Dana has got more DMPs. Okay. I'm just curious. So maybe that's why. I mean,
Maybe that's the only reason I can think. But once again, there have been games where he's played like 2 minutes, and it's like, why'd you use that on this game to play in 2 minutes?
That's why I'm curious if there's some disqualifiers. Like maybe you have to play 5 minutes. Like maybe I'm curious.
Okay, that's a good question.
But I think we should look into it because just the fact that the Nuggets game, I'm loving all these people telling me the Nuggets pulled off a massive upset. That's exciting because they didn't have Murray tonight. I don't think they had Gordon, but but anyways,
you digress.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but it makes me happy because that means what a great day for sports. Pistons wins, Lions wins, Nuggets wins. But,
I know you love that, yeah.
but
so like I want to get to some quick comments here, boss. Thugway says Jenkins was the double-digit reason. Yes, I'd be shocked if Danis isn't a starting point guard, and that is so bittersweet for me.
Yeah, because
he absolutely deserves the opportunity to go do that. I think he's good enough to do that. I want to keep him here though. I just wish he could stay here. If there's, I know you can't keep everybody. I know we have a lot of guys who are outplaying their contracts, who are the bang for the buck we're getting for some of these guys is ridiculous. It's kind of like how the Lions were a few years ago when they got all those rookies with J-Mo and Jameer and Laporta and Hutch, and they were on rookie contracts. Is at some point you got to start paying these guys. So I understand that, and that's why I think this is a very important time for the Pistons right now. Yeah, because we have a lot of guys who are giving us a lot of value that doesn't match up with their contracts. So I just wanted to point that out as well. A few more comments on Danis. Organic says, Deuce, boss, what do you do with Karras moving forward? Yeah.
I can't talk about it right now.
That's hard, man.
I just love Karras, and I think there was some, like, today we didn't need him. Yesterday I thought we could have used his defense, but more half-court offense. I can't talk about it because I appreciate what he brings. I understand the frustrations that he brings as well. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna talk about
like when we talk about fit. We talk about how we don't dislike Duncan Robinson. We don't dislike Tobias. We like all these guys. But it's about who fits best with what you're trying to do.
Right.
That doesn't take away from Karras' versatility at all. And this is coming from a guy who thought Karras was going to be the most important free agent acquisition. I said that.
I mean, he had the highest shooting percentage on the team.
He did. He did. And when he's on, he's on. But it's just like, it's hard to have we're trying to get a rotation tight. Right. We're trying to get a rotation tight. It's hard to have a rotation tight when you don't have a player who can consistently play every night. And I don't want to call him that, but his body has betrayed him at times. Yeah. Right. He doesn't play back-to-backs. He's got issues. He's had a lot of knee issues already in this short season. So it's hard to get a consistent rotation if you don't have guys who are consistently available.
And look, his contract is the way it is for a reason. You know, him and Duncan is the reason. It's like, hey, we trust you guys. We obviously know you guys are good players. That's why we want to bring you on. Let's see what you can bring for us, or else there's going to be other opportunities for you.
Right.
So I think that's where it started. And again, it's halfway through the season. There were times where THJ was our hero last year. There were times where THJ couldn't make anything. But like you said, I think, and I talked about this last time, when teams force us into half-court offense, Karras.
Sorry, I'm reading his comments.
Karras I think Karras and Tobias are really good at that.
I agree.
For our transition offense, this is what. So I think that they can be beneficial, but there are guys at this point, and again, this is like you said, nothing against Karras because
of course not.
He's a great defender and he's a good asset, but there are guys right now that just fit better with this team's vision and where we're going.
Yeah, just the style of play. Yeah. That's really what it comes down to. Organic says, you said it, dudes, consistently play hard and consistently play well. That's the key. And consistently be available. You know what I mean? Once again, consistently be available. We talked about it before, like your vets down the stretch of games are supposed to make the right plays. Right. I feel like sometimes he hasn't really done that. Yeah. We talked about that, boss. You made that point before.
No, it was Eric Vincent that did
My bad. Hey, E. Vinny. Shout out to E. Vinny. He made that point.
Because I was going in on people. I was like, guys, he had a good game tonight. There's no reason to blame him. It was during the Jazz loss. Yeah. And Eric Vincent made that point. I was like, you know what? That actually makes sense because he has these really good moments, but they're not timely. Like we talked about how Duncan has made timely threes. Javonte Green has made timely threes. Yeah. Karras' best and biggest plays haven't been timely enough. What we need.
Okay, I feel it.
Your bat present on the floor. So that was so that's more so where I'm at.
Yeah, the comments are good too. By the way, Kevin says, "Boss, it's refreshing and fun to listen to a lady fan who clearly knows her stuff." And Thugway co-signed that for sure. Yeah, of course. Y'all know that's why she here, man. Y'all already know that's why she here for sure. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, he originally put me on to make himself look smarter, but then
y'all see how that went. I'm just keeping it a stack, right? Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, guys, but definitely, man, yeah, she knows her stuff for sure. But you got contrasting opinions though, boss, because here you got DeVero saying that people act like he's useless. So it's just like, I think all these guys have their place. Mm-hmm. Like when the game slows down at times and you're not able to get out in transition because the other team is taking care of the basketball, maybe you need to go to Tobias Harris, who's good to have court, or Duncan or a Karras to get you a bucket in those situations, right? So it's just
Tobias would have been great yesterday when Cleveland was forcing us to slow down, but tonight I think it would have been a little bit more detrimental to have him.
Yeah, he had 20 minutes tonight. Yep.
But it's like, but it's nothing against Tobias Harris,
right? Like, it's just the style. It's just the fit. That's what it comes down to.
There's some NBA players out there that trade teams and pop off, and that's some of the reasons, Yeah. And so just nothing against them. But I'm just really excited about the young guys we have right now because it's working.
Right. Kenyatta stole a line from White Chicks. You said it, but you were thinking it. That's funny. Yeah, man. So yeah, we'll leave it there. I think that's a great question. That's a question that Trajan Langdon is going to have to answer at some point. Right. We'll see how it plays out with some of these contracts. Like Boss mentioned, Duncan's got a 3-year deal for one guarantee, which is this year. So it gives us flexibility. So a lot of things to be answered, and it's still early. So I think when we get closer to spring, more of these things will become clear to us. Go ahead.
Our deadline move might be finding contract space for Jenkins. We don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
There's no way he's not getting signed to a contract though. Like him, I know. I'm just thinking out loud. Like there's no way. There's no way, man.
I'd be okay with that if that's what we did.
Yeah.
That was our move this season.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
who knows? Yeah. Like,
I mean, if we had a blowout win against the Knicks last year too, and we went 3-1 with them in the
regular season
last year.
Right.
But we went 3-1 with them last season, regular season as well. So we can beat them, but I think that the weapons we have right now can, I think that this team, like someone said, like we would have won with Jenkins instead of Bees last year. I think it's just different. It's just a whole different attitude and atmosphere. Like JB was introducing defense to us. Like we were definitely a defensive team last year, but we are a defensive team this year.
It felt like last year we knew that's what we had to do.
Yeah.
This year we know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh,
right. It's just different now. We're not having to learn as much.
Yeah. This is us.
Right. We were doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
Having a complete off season to be able to work on it. Like we see improvement with this team when they have 2 and 3 days off. Like you see when they come back, they're like, ooh, they look better. I haven't seen that set before. Yeah. So imagine what they had with the complete off season.
Yeah.
So now they know. So now this year it was about just getting the newer guys integrated, but the starters and the main guys, they knew what to do. They knew what it was. So I totally agree with that point, boss. And that you could be on something there. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Lastly, Javonte has settled into his role and he really makes his presence felt. His defense makes it. Yeah, he's crazy.
We're gonna move on to Javonte.
You want to do that? I was just about to ask you. Let's move on to Javonte. We talked about Tink, man. One more thing on Tink though.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it last show, but Dennis Schroeder last year was great. I think I trust Dennis Jenkins with the basketball more. There were some times last year where Schroeder would take some errant shots. He throws some air balls, three-point air balls. It's like he was good. Don't get it twisted. But I just think as far as what we are trying to do, because think about it, we got him quickly. Like we needed somebody to get here because like Cade needs rest. Like we got to get somebody. And not saying that he was bad fit, but I just feel like Dennis Jenkins. There's something about him to me that just is a better fit for this team. I don't know what it is. Go ahead, boss.
That's what it is. But I think that Schroeder's vet presence was like, that's what we really needed last year, especially getting into the offseason. He just came in really clutch with shots. He's very good at pump fakes and drawing fouls. Like he's great at that stuff. And I just think I do trust, like, I think that Danis fits with this better now. I mean, Schroeder's on the market. The Kings said that. We could go get him back if we want. I don't want to. There's no reason.
Yeah.
But I just think that
Schroeder was great, by the way.
Schroeder last year was what we needed because we needed the vet to help our guys in the moment. But this year
for this team, right?
Danis is better.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because they also just play completely different. And Schroeder, I think for me, it's just Schroeder. Danis is a very high basketball IQ, and we see it in his playmaking and his decision making.
Yeah,
but Dennis Schroeder's up there for me too. And one of the
I think Danis wouldn't have been as good last year as Schroeder was, but Schroeder wouldn't have been as good this year as Danis is.
Yeah.
So I think a big part of it is, like you said, the veteran leadership that he brought to a young team who hadn't even been in the playoffs most of his core last year versus a team now who's grown up a lot. And now you're adding a guy in that. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
He hit that. I mean, we've seen Danis hit threes, but like he hit that three that got us the win in the Knicks series at the end of the game. And I think, a lot of that's also just pressure. And we saw Danis come with pressure. So, I mean, it's just either which way. And the postseason's a little bit off. But I'm thankful to Schroeder for when this core has gotten a taste of the playoffs. I'm thankful for Schroeder, to be there for them because now they have that experience. They had it with him. And now we can use that going forward, but with our younger guys who haven't been there yet. But I don't think, but Danis doesn't come off to me as someone who really gets under pressure.
He feels like a I don't know. I think about on-court leadership, like barking, like just fearless. Yeah. I look at that kind of stuff too. Like I just, the way, even when he got the belt yesterday, he was like, yeah, we ain't done next game. Like we said we was gonna get a dub. We got a dub. Like just the moxie, just the swag that he has, that he brings, that dog that he outwardly shows as a leader to me is just different. Maybe that's what it is for me. I don't know. Both really good players. Really good players.
Just different scenarios, but I agree. And also, speaking of the belt guys, if anyone can confirm, give us a confirmation of if they got someone, they gave away the belt.
Yes.
Seen it. Just curious, because I agree with you. I think it is going to go to Green, but there's other guys that I wouldn't be like, oh, that does. There's other guys that be like, that makes sense. So
yeah. I don't even care. Like, I just want to see who it was because I'm just curious because it can go any which direction. So whether it's Cade, whether it's Jaden, whether it's Ryan, Javante, Stu, whoever's coach, I'm gonna be like this. Yeah, I don't even care.
Exactly.
All right, let's keep it going, guys. Let's move on now to Savage. Woo! Can you woo? All right, guys. So tonight, Javante Savage Woo Green finished with 17 points on 6 for 9 shooting overall. 4 of 6 from 3, man. 1 or 2 from the free throw line, 2 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals in 29 minutes, boss. Take off on Savage Woo, man.
Oh, man.
Wu-Tang.
Just great. I mean, the notes I had from him was like in the second, he had a steal. He got really going offensively for us in the second half. Just great defense on McBride after his group. The three, I just wrote in my notes, threes ringing because he was just
bro. He couldn't miss, man. And
he got his one and only personal foul with 4 minutes left in the game.
Really?
Yes. And this is the guy. That's 30 minutes of basketball. And this is because I told you, like on games where maybe his, he doesn't get 17 points, where he's more like a Ron Holland where he gets 5 and 5. It's like, well, it's because of his defense. And I always go to his fouls because I think he's had one game where he's had 3 personal fouls.
Like 3. Yeah. Right.
So, and it just goes to show his defense. And again, because McBride hit those 2 threes in a row. And what stopped him was they put Woo on him instead.
Yep.
And I watched it go down. I watched him literally they were doing screens. He did not let him get open. And then they never got him again.
Yeah. Javante Wardell, Curry Green. I love it, Organic. That's hilarious.
And I mean,
from that corner, pretty much, bro.
And I mean, and also just with and like I told you, my favorite play of the year right now is the one that Ron Holland blocking Keontae George in the perimeter and then taking the ball and dunking it.
Yeah.
If Green got that dunk over Cat, that would have been a new one because he was soaring. He was soaring.
Okay. Yeah.
But I just love
that'd have been crazy.
And
Cat put his hand through the net too. It didn't call it.
No, but I would have taken the 2 points, but it still wouldn't have been as nice to just see.
You wanted to dunk? I get it. Put on the poster.
The Shaden Sharp effect on Javante,
Yeah.
But he just delivers. And the 4 from 6, again, I used him as an example earlier of why he could be good on defense, why Duncan might not fit. Going forward, as we talked about it, because Duncan was 2 of 6 tonight, and he hasn't hit more than 3 threes in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But Javonte's out here getting 4 or 6. But again, they were leaving him. Doug has to work a little harder for it because they know him as a 3-point shooter.
Right.
Leaving Javonte open. I don't know why.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And
yeah.
I loved because you know who would hate this? Nikola Vucevic. But I love that he shot that 3.
Oh, yeah. Man, whatever. Vucevic is just mad because they're losing, bro.
Just like, stop. I know, but because I'm for just keep playing.
Yeah.
Just keep playing.
Yep.
Because this also just helps us going. Our next game is the Bulls. Another revenge game.
I think we're gonna blow them out, honestly.
And so everybody like nowhere near if they do it to us, and we can just do that again to Vooch.
Yeah.
But Javonte just wowed me again, and he's just one of my favorite players. I mean, again, I was texting with my parents, and they were just like, I love that. That was in like slow motion because he just like, held on to it. He's like, I guess I'll take it. No, I guess I'll get it. And he did the Brunson sign.
I saw that. That was hilarious. I love it. That had me dying. It had me dying. Let me
threes. And sorry, I just want to say real quick, his defense was flawless. Even if he didn't hit 2 of those threes, if he went 2 for 6, fine. Even though I don't think he would have taken 6 shots if he went 2 for 6, but his defense was practically flawless tonight as well.
Yeah, incredible. I want to get to some super chats, not to backtrack too much, but I miss these. I want to get these. Fats Kim says Dennis needs his NBA contract already, and Doug follows up by saying he needs to be paid before his 51st game. He's at 36 now. So okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I didn't know that was the case. So 51st game, he's at 36 now. So that's interesting.
Area?
It sounds like it. And maybe it's just the 51st game that he's played. Maybe that's why he's getting the DMPs here and there.
Okay.
And things like that. So okay, appreciate it, Doug.
Thank you.
Then Doug also says Cade got the belt. So it's something for Cade to get it because he's a star player. He wants to see the other guys be involved and get the love because that's just who he is. So for him to get it, he had to really ball out, and he did. I mean, what do you have, like 29 and 13? I think we said. Yeah. I mean, come on, bro.
Sass was the one to give it up, right?
Yes. No, Danis. Danis had the last game. Sass gave to Danis.
Sass gave to Danis. Okay.
And Danis gave to Cade.
I could also see the dog pound kind of talking about it too. But I mean, Cade, I think it's just the matchup with Brunson to put 29 and 13 and you're the guy who in MVP talks or ranked above you, who's the best point guard in the East. Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
I mean, he's maybe good at shooting, but obviously not at play creating.
I'm just glad everybody saw it.
Yeah, same.
Along with this, everybody who watched his game saw that he had 0 assists and they got blew out. By Cade, who had 13 assists and was doing the blowing out. To me, that was like that was what I love is that everybody saw it. Let's get in some comments, guys, and I'll get in my Savage Woo thoughts. Heisenberg says, love when you break out the Jeffrey. Hey, you know your history. Yeah, Jeffrey. Funny, bro. Jeffrey Osborne is like family to me. I may or may not have a video of me doing the woo, woo, woo at the Fox Theater a long time ago. I may or may not pull that out. If you guys ask for it, you may or may not get it. So I'll leave it there.
You should put it in a woo track that you make eventually.
Maybe. I'll make a Savage Woo song and throw it in there. I don't know if you'll know who Jeffrey Osborne is, though. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Woo's an assassin. Grant Hill said, why did you leave him open in the corner? Even I can make that. Yeah. Bro, from them corners, he's like the opposite of Tobias last year. Like Tobias was doing everything but hitting corner threes last year. Javonte, he's pretty much money anywhere though, to be honest. But he loves that corner three. It looks good every time it leaves his hands. And listen, bro, you're not the only one, bro. You're not the only one. Like a lot of people I didn't think he'd be doing this. I don't think nobody thought he'd be doing this, for being honest. Nobody saw this from Javonte Green.
Not being the 6th man in.
Not right. Off the bench. Like nobody saw that. I knew he was freaky athletic and was a dog and could strap up defensively. But the way he handles the ball, the way he's able to board and push, I didn't see that in him. Oh. Like he allows your point guard the time to just rest and watch the play.
Yeah.
Because he's grabbing the rebound and just going. Mm-hmm. Like he's different, man. And Chris Morris, I got to get him in here because he's the one that came up with this Mr. What You Need coach, right? Chris Morris is responsible for that name. A 3, a steal, a dunk, a block, and anything else that you need, he can do it. Organic says he had a transition walk-up 3 when he waved everybody off and said, he's feeling it tonight, right? Like he just does it all, man. He's very, very impressive. We've said that he's the biggest offseason free agency signing for any team as far as value is concerned. And boss, I texted you pregame, and I was like, hey, this is right. I was like, I got a feeling it's gonna be a Javonte Green game tonight. I didn't think it was gonna be quite like this, but I just had a feeling because of how he plays, just making heads up plays and knocking down shots against this kind of team and being able to guard guys like Mikal Bridges and Anunoby. And it just had the makings of that kind of a game for him. And he showed out, man. He's going to be so important, boss, come playoff time, man.
Yes.
Like playoff basketball I think he's really going to earn his money even more so. Yeah, Zion.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso type of play, right? Caruso is more of a guard with guard skills and setting the offense up. But as far as the impact on the court, on both sides, and being able to give you a little bit of everything, yeah.
Oh, he was a big part of his defense. Was a big part of because the OKC got him last year from Chicago. So I think he finished team off. He's someone that goes in. He can shoot threes like Woo, but he goes in for defense. They're going to on each other. They're going to play each other when we play.
Mauser said it best. I don't know, we have 5 points. Towns had 6. Robinson had 2. He was guarding all those guys at times.
Yeah.
Right. So once again, like we mentioned with Ron, just that defensive versatility. You have so many guys who are versatile defensively, man. Mm-hmm. And that makes it really hard to go against every night. Go ahead.
I want to say something real quick. Someone mentioned it earlier, and I pulled it up and then got away from it. Everybody except Tolu, which is, if you gave Tolu one more minute, I bet he would be in this category. Everybody recorded either a steal or a block tonight.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Tolu would.
Right. But right, for sure. I was hoping Tolu was going to get a bucket too. Like, I was hoping they're going to ISO him and get him a bucket. That's my dog.
They called the offensive foul on Chaz, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
His release still is just like, whoa.
100%. 100%, man. Yeah, so Savage Wu, man, he's incredible, man. And he just the little things, boss, like the chase down steals, the help side defense. Whenever Cat would get a step, which wasn't often, into the, like, when he get a step on his guy, whoever it was, like, and get into the paint, guess who's hedging right there to knock the ball away?
Yep.
Woo. Yep. Like, he fits this puzzle maybe as well as anybody.
Really?
As far as how you want to play the game. If you could look up a guy, maybe you say Stu, but as far as both sides of the ball, as far as one guy who is indicative or represents Pistons basketball, he's got to be right there at the top.
Yeah.
He's got to be right there at the top. He's one of the best fits on this team. And for $2 million, that's why I say he's the biggest, the most important, the best acquisition in free agency, just from a impact standpoint. We talk about all these guys, how they're playing well above their contract.
Yeah.
He is the epitome of playing above your contract. Dennis Jenkins playing above your contract. Ron Holland playing above your contract. Paul Reed playing above your contract. Even Stu at $15 million playing above his contract.
That's nuts.
That's a bargain now. Wasn't that crazy? We said a couple years ago, like Stu was like, man, $15 million for him? He's like 2-3 years ago. DPOY can. How many DPOY can does y'all know get $15 million a year? Look at Rudy Gobert. What's he making? 40? Like, man.
Kill my mood. Don't bring that up. But
man. But so we're extremely deep, and that's just credit to Trajan Langdon, man, for making these shrewd moves.
Just talking about his defense, and we talked about it time and time again, how he's like the perfect bet for Ron Holland.
Yes.
And tonight, Ron had 3 blocks and Javonte had 3 steals, and you could switch those stats, and it would make sense to me. But like, they just contribute so much, so well, and I'm just so happy he's here. And I think that the city has embraced him, much like we embraced Beasley last year. We've just really embraced him. And you said it too. He's looking for a home, and he's the exact kind of guy we want on the Pistons. Someone said earlier, 2004 vibes.
Yes,
he's not foul baiting. He's not looking for shots. He's not half-assing it out there. Like, he is getting his. He's a defender. He's an old school defender.
Yes.
and then he lets the offense come to him, and he takes advantage.
Right. Yeah, man. 100%. GVA said Trajan found Beasley last year and is Woo this year. Wow. Yeah. Trajan Langdon is a man, bro.
I'm telling you.
He don't get enough credit. He's super quiet behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. He just does his work. He knows what he's doing, man. He's a Piston, thug away. 100%. Team full of overachievers. Yeah. And that's why Detroit is so good, because Trajan Langdon put this team in place. Great signings. Value signings, and when you got guys like that, that's what allows you to be deep. If you sign up 3 contracts for $30 million, $40 million, your bench is gonna be trash.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a bunch of MLE guys, mid-level exception guys in your team.
Yeah,
the way to do it is to find guys who haven't really made their hay yet in the league, but are on their way. Get them locked in at a good price. First, you got to notice the talent.
Yeah,
you got to notice talent, and then get them on a good contract. When you got a team full of that, that's how you have what we have.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trajan Langdon, man.
Really.
Shout out Trajan Langdon. So last thought on Woo. We talked about his ability to push the ball off of missed shots. He's got it. I didn't realize he had the handle he had either. Kind of like with Ron. Like last year, like Ron, slow down. Oh, okay, do your thing, Ron. Like I didn't know he could handle. I know Javonte can handle like that. I thought he was more of a catch and finish guy, but he can push the ball comfortably. He's not pushing it and then losing out of bounds or turning. He's got a handle. He's got a firm handle on that, and he's not selfish either though. On the break, he's looking for you. He's looking for J.I. But if it's not there, guess what, Derek White?
Yeah,
I dunk it on your head.
Yeah,
like he's one of the guys we mentioned that the Knicks have not seen this year on this team.
Yep.
Right? Exactly. The Knicks have not seen Javonte Green. They have not seen Danius Jenkins. They saw a touch of Isaiah Stewart in the playoffs. They didn't see any Jaden Ivey in the playoffs. So this team is way different from the one that they saw last year. And Javonte Green is at the heart of that, man. So I want to give him a lot of credit, man. I had him getting the belt tonight. I'm not mad K got it, but I thought Javonte was going to get it because of his timely shooting and his timely plays, but incredible signing. Incredible.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. And again, like I've called him this whole time, the most consistent player.
You said that.
On the team.
You said that. And I think you're right. As far as because he doesn't consistently just play to who he is, which is good, but he also consistently delivers.
Yeah.
Some guys, it happens where you play to who you are and shots don't fall and it just doesn't go your way. He doesn't have a lot of doesn't go your way games.
Or you're getting beat. And again, it's like the whole personal foul thing. Like if you're getting beat, you're fouling. He doesn't foul.
Right.
He doesn't turn it over. He's just consistently out there. And again, he played more than Cade. He played the most minutes tonight.
Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Doug, you're right. And this is what Doug is paying attention. Yeah. This is what Trajan, because he doesn't do a lot of interviews. So you got to really pay attention to what he says when he says it. He mentioned that he wants defensive versatility on the court, right? Having guys who can guard multiple spots, Javonte Green, Ron Holland, Jaden Ivey, Cade Cunningham, Isaiah Stewart, who the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
But then also optionality on the court and as far as flexibility with his contracts, right? He has that. He's got defensive guys on and off the court. You can have any option you go to, but now he has a lot of optionality with what he does, whether at the trade deadline or in the offseason. We are in a great spot, man. What Trajan Langdon has done in the last 2 years is nothing short of incredible. Incredible, man. It's a good time to be a Pistons fan right now. I hope you guys aren't like getting spoiled to this. Like for those who've been fans for years and had to endure the 2010s and all that stuff. And like, this is special right now.
Yeah.
This is special. So I'll enjoy it, Pistons fan. We have the right to enjoy it right now for sure.
Yeah. And it's old basketball that's playing to the new basketball, which is what I like. I can't, the Celtics, I will tell you, they top to bottom, talented shooting team. I do not want to see 1,000,000 threes a game. I don't want to see it.
Facts.
Boring. I don't like that kind of basketball.
I don't either.
And again, if you guys are newer fans, go back and watch. The NBA League Pass has the 2004 finals, 2005 finals. They have the 1990 finals. Just go back and watch and just see how it's team ball. And so when we just go back to Pistons roots, it just really feels right.
Yep.
Instead of relying on just, Blake Griffin and Drummond, and we'll just throw random people around them and see if it works. No.
Yeah. And
like,
but once
this is it. So
lastly, you're right. And lastly, I want to give credit to them again, to Coach, to Trajan, to even to Tom Gores, because it's like it's not an accident, guys, that this team is resembling those teams.
Right.
From 2004, from the 89, 90s. It's not an accident that this team was put together the same way. These guys have done their homework on what those teams look like. That's why they look like how they did before. Yeah. So you got to give them credit for going back into the history and seeing how you get to where you want to be based on how you got there before.
Yeah.
They deserve credit for that as well. So I'm going to shout them out too, man. So that's all I got, boss. You got anything else? We're about 2 hours in now.
Just wanted to shout out Sass for making his threes.
Okay, do that. Yeah.
Appreciated that from him. He made all of those. Chaz got out there. I was hoping he'd make that three.
I know. I saw that too.
Fighting me, but he did make that one that he got called for an offensive foul, which is like whatever. But he made that one. I'm hoping that we blow out people more like this, that we can get some minutes from him. But he is doing great things on the cruise. Not worried about it. Excited to see Tolu out there. I was hoping he'd either get a block or a bucket, like you said, because I've seen him do both. And then, am I missing anyone from the bench? I don't think so.
That's it. Tolu, he got it. He almost got a bucket.
Yep. Tolu.
Right. So did his thing. Yeah. So hopefully, man.
In 5 minutes, I'll take it up.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Hopefully they can keep it up, man. But yeah, great game tonight, guys. Excellent game. Hope you guys got a chance to watch this game. We appreciate you guys being here with us post game. Frank, yes, Frank. Let's go Pistons. Bulls our next BTA. So let's talk about that real quick, boss. So the Pistons next game is against the Bulls. This Wednesday night. I think that's a home game as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull the schedule up and then we can look at it real quick. Yes, home game against the Bulls. So we'll be right back here home.
We got
Should
a lot
be a dub
coming up.
Yeah, we got the Bulls and then the Clippers and then the Suns and the Pacers and the Celtics. So they have a nice little homestand here. They got a chance to string some wins together for sure. You want to back up?
I was just gonna say when we went on our road trip, I told you how I was, instead of the West Coast teams, I was more worried about the Heat, Cavs, Knicks stretch.
Right.
And now we've gone
2-1.
Yeah, for that Bulls. For some reason, we blew them out last year. They beat us last year. They're another team that we can kind of go about. But again, if we play games like we played tonight, I'm fine. It's also, I think we saw a little bit of it the first time we played them early in the season when they beat us. The first game, yeah. So we weren't even there. This could be a woo kind of revenge.
Somebody said that in the chat too. Yeah.
So
yeah, this could be a game.
I think that we outplay them on every level.
Yeah.
It just depends on if we keep up this momentum, which it feels like we are. We just beat the Cavs and the Knicks. So I don't see them falling off anytime soon.
Yeah.
The revenge game, the Clippers. We have a couple revenge games coming up. Even the Celtics, we're 1-on-1 with them this season, right?
Yes. 1-on-1, I believe.
1-on-1 Okay. We went to a game in a home game and then they lost.
And then they beat us when they came back and beat us and we were up. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple of revenge games coming up. So if we just keep, again, and I told you, if we play like we played tonight every night, which we can do, especially with guys only, needing to be in for 20 minutes, 25 minutes max.
Yeah.
We can do it. I just think this is going to be a nice little revenge tour. And I could see it's going to be a tough streak, but I could see us going on the streak,
Yeah, I could. Even if it's not a streak, I could see us going like 5-1, 6-1, something really, really good. I don't, as much as I want to say every game is going to look like tonight, it's probably not.
Right.
Because every game isn't against the Knicks. Every game isn't one of those teams where it's like, we want to just beat their head in, right?
But the momentum
but no trap games. That's the key. Like, don't have a letdown. Don't say, all right, we beat the Knicks, then we can go chill, we play the Bulls. Like, you still got to bring it, right? Because we see what they can do when they do, right? So if they don't, we may have an idea of why, maybe just a little letdown, but hopefully as a team that's maturing, they can continue to bring that same type of energy, or at least that same type of level of energy every night and take care of business and hold on to this 4-game lead in the East that they have now. Because we're up now 4 games on the Knicks, right? And Boston is what, 3.5, I think now we're up on?
Oh, is it 3.5? Okay. Yeah, because you told me Celtics is, kind of concerning, and that's how I feel too.
Yes.
But again, it's their shooting. But we were able to take away some of the Knicks tonight as well. I don't know. We're just looking really good. I'm just really happy. Like a game like tonight, like you said, we probably can't replicate every game.
Yeah.
But what we did do is get a lot more, and I've said this word a lot, continuity and consistency and lineups, getting able to keep guys out there. Like we were able to keep guys like Jenkins out there because we didn't need to get Cade back in. We were able to keep Ivy out there for 22 minutes. Like we were able to, keep Ron out there for 23 minutes. Like,
right.
And then the more that we grow together like that in those situations, it's big. And this was a big game. It's a national game against a team we lost in the playoffs last year that, has some skills to it. So I'm also curious if Duran will be back. Duran and Vooch usually go head to head pretty well, but if not, Paul Reed will be fun.
Yeah, he'll be just fine.
I'm excited. But guys, I mean, for me, it's also a little personal because I'm from Chicago and growing up as a Pistons fan, Chicago is rough. And all my friends are Chicago Bulls fans. So when they win, it's like, it's not a mistake.
Yeah. So hopefully Javonte can definitely get a revenge win against them. We lost the first game of the year. We were up that game too. We let them come back and we lost by 4. Second game, we beat them by double digits.
That was in Chicago. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that was later on in the year. We were kind of establishing who we are, getting close to the streak. So I think we'll win this game double digits.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
Is this our
Wednesday
third game against them? I think it's our second game.
Say again.
You said that we lost to them and then we won to them. I think this is our second game against them.
Didn't we beat them earlier this year? I thought we beat them already.
We lost them.
We lost the first game of the year. I thought we played them again after that.
Did we? We might have played them like a week
in November. I thought. Yeah.
Maybe a couple weeks later. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Either way, y'all let us know. Call us out in the next stream if we got that wrong. But either way, I'm expecting to win, and we'll see how that goes, guys. But listen, been a great show, man. We appreciate you guys showing up and showing out as you guys always do. Pistons get a huge win, man, tonight against the New York Knicks. Definitely looking forward to seeing them again in the future as well. So we'll end it there. But we appreciate you guys staying up late with us tonight. It's been over 2 hours. It's been a great 2 hours. A lot of fun with you guys. We appreciate all the support you guys always show. Say again.
Great weekend. Pistons win. Lions win. Pistons
win again.
Yeah.
Win again. It's been great. So we appreciate you guys, man, for sure. So we will see you guys Wednesday night. Make sure you guys smash that like button for us if you enjoyed the show, and subscribe if you are new. And take care. And we will see you guys Wednesday night. And y'all know the drill, man. Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think of just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of K9. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear your shade. Talking that shop, you must run this way. Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're real for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.